That was a nasty pitch to McCormick.
Yeah.
Jesus. The sequence there. Real live?
Like streaming.
Trying to go live.
If it is.
Peyton's typing. Peyton said, need Twitch. To Christian. Peyton, we need help.
Peyton,
I don't think we're live.
Peyton's in the room. Is he?
I don't think he is. I'm just yelling his name. Sometimes you just gotta yell. I've been saying that a lot more lately, and I find it more true every day.
Been working? Yelling and
yeah, I yell at work a lot. Just because I'm at a coffee shop now, so like I can just do that when I just feel like it. Because that's just the vibe of the place, so it's like acceptable. And other people do it too.
At Dunkin' Donuts today, and I got just a single donut, and it took them like 15 minutes because they just forgot about the order.
That happens sometimes. Yeah. Because I work in like the West, like the Pacific Northwest version of Dunkin' Donuts and Dutch Bros.
Okay.
It's just like this part of the country, sort of. It's starting to expand a little bit, but it's like Dunkin' Donuts if all the employees were on crack. Like it's like super high energy and like overly friendly is like the kind of their thing. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. And Morton looks really good here in a second. Peyton.
I don't know. I don't think we're live. I don't know why it's not.
No, I don't think we are either. Peyton.
Stop. We threw 2 innings?
We are through 2 innings now, yes. Are we live?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Who's to say?
Yeah. It's not
you would probably know. Peyton, we need help. Where are you?
Peyton.
In our darkest hour, Peyton was nowhere to be found. Peyton, what the heck? You said, are we live? Peyton said yes. So if we're live, hello.
Yeah. Well, I stopped and then I restarted. So hopefully we're still live.
Okay. Well, if we're live, welcome to the last 7 innings, hopefully, of this game.
7 innings can be a regulation baseball game now, since Manfred wanted that. So, still getting a full baseball game. How about that?
Manfred's an idiot. Manfred's an idiot and a buffoon.
I don't disagree. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as I ask a question, man, now I look like the idiot. I look like a regular Rob Manfred now. Anyway, welcome everybody. We're here. We got game 1 of the World Series between the Astros and the Braves. We are a couple innings behind. I will be honest. We didn't start on time, but that's okay. Technical difficulties happen. Better late than never. Yeah, exactly. So it is, in fact, a 3-0 game already, heading into the top of the third, where I think we got the top of the order for the Braves. No, middle of the order. 5, 6, 7 for the Braves coming up. Yeah, it's, myself and Matthew are here. We will be joined shortly by Sam for the rest of this game. But here we are.
And
World Series time.
is Houston going to the bullpen yet, or what's happening there?
I don't know. They had someone up last inning.
Well, it looks like they're gonna.
I think Yimi Garcia was up. That makes sense. Like, I don't blame him. Yeah, Valdez still in this game. Struggled so far. But, it's going to happen. Whatever happens, happens. Like, they're just going. Eddie Rosario, like, the hottest man on the planet right now.
Yeah, he's had a crazy postseason.
It's ridiculous. 462 average, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, what they flashed up on the screen. That's insane for anyone in a postseason.
And either
just
tied the record.
They got him for Pablo Sandoval. Yeah, I think I know. I want to say he tied that record. I can double check that.
I know he at least tied it. I don't think
I
he
know.
broke it.
Oh, did he tie? Because I know that record was held by a Mr. Marco Scudero previously. Shout out Marco Scudero, Giants legend. Let me go find. Let me see if I can find that. Either way, but yeah, Rosario acquired for Scudero's old teammate, Pablo Sandoval, this season. Fun fact. So in a way, Pablo Sandoval got the Braves to the World Series. He also was part of this team at the beginning of the year and had a ton of very clutch hits early on.
Yeah,
that's also beside the point.
A bunch of pinch hit homers, didn't he? The first month or two.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, a ton of them, which was crazy. Yeah, most hits in a single postseason series with 14. It's Rosario, Scudero in the 2012 NLCS. There's another hit right there.
Of course. Kevin
Youkilis in the 2007 ALCS, Pujols in the 2004 NLCS, and then Hideki Matsui in the 2004 ALCS. So, and then Rosario in this year's NLCS.
Rosario's didn't. I don't know about the rest of them, but Rosario's didn't even go 7 games. So he didn't. He could have had a full another game.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's information we can look at. Yeah, he probably would have broken the record. The 2012 NLCS, I'm almost 100% sure went to 7 games. Yeah, it did. Let's see, 2007 ALCS. It appears that also went to 7 games. Yes, it did. 2004 NLCS also went to 7 games. And 2004 ALCS was also 7 games. So he's the only one to do it in 6 games.
Okay.
Which is whack.
Yeah.
That's impressive. It's extremely impressive. You love to see it. I think it's Yimi Garcia is still up in the bullpen. I think any more base runners than Framber's done. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
He's definitely on an extremely short leash here. Yeah, I don't blame the Astros for holding him to that short leash either.
Because 3 runs are
Game
definitely
one's always
doable
huge.
with the Astros offense, but you don't want to get much more than that. It starts to be, have to come back.
Right. The less runs you have to come back from, the better.
Yes.
That's just,
That's
logic.
Yeah. Scoring more runs than the other team is good. If you want to win.
That's generally how you win games.
Analytics.
I don't think I can recall any time where the team that scores less runs wins. So, crazy. Big analytics right here. We are the peak of the analytics community.
Many are saying.
Yeah, many do say that. Yeah. Oh. Adam Duvall, also a former Giant, just saying.
Well,
I'm just going to point out all the former Giants on these rosters. That's all I'm going to do. Adam Duvall going deep.
We're about to see
there
the bullpen.
There he goes.
That is a
Yeah, I do too.
boom sauce.
Adam Duvall
Boom sauce
just hit a ball.
The Braves. Second of the postseason for him.
Man, and the Astros fans are devastated. Good. man, oh man. Goodbye, baseball. See you later. 5-0 game. The top of the third inning. First team in World Series history to score each of the first 3 innings.
Yeah, so this is...
Wow.
I don't think it's an exaggeration to say the hottest any team has ever started a World Series. Like, they waited a long time to get here. Yeah, I think that is... This is quite literally, first leadoff home run in Game 1 of a World Series. First team scored each of the first 3 innings. 5-0 lead. They were ready for this. Yep,
going to the bullpen. Can we also talk about how insane that is? The fact that Soler's home run was the first to lead off a World Series, like with the home run.
Yeah, I would have thought
in 117 World Series,
yeah,
like going 0 for 116 for home run wise is. It's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean the first
that's just statistically
50 of those probably there weren't many home runs anyway, and then for a long time it's a contact guy leading off. It's been more recent where you've got a power guy, but still, yeah, someone's gonna luck into one. You'd think. You had George Springer, you had Trey Turner leading off these games in the past. Those are
exactly.
Mookie probably led off a couple times, right? I don't know where he was in the order, but
I think the Dodgers had home field so he wouldn't have been the first.
That's true.
He'd been the first in the bottom of the inning. Either way, that's still kind of crazy. Now Sam's here.
Okay, let me see if I can get you added to this.
Good to be. Yeah, Matthew's in charge, which is unfortunate for us. Matthew's in charge is unfortunate for us.
Okay.
Yeah. The Astros, we're doing good. Astros going to the bullpen in the third inning, so that's crazy. That's just whack. We're just talking about how this is not an understatement to say the Braves are off to the hottest start in a World Series.
Yeah.
Ever, because they should have stat saying that they're the first team in the history of World Series to score in the first 3 innings, like in each of the first 3 innings.
Hard to argue with that. And Soler was he homered on the third pitch, right?
Yeah, and he is the first player to homer in his first at bat of a World Series.
Nice, I like it.
It's a first leadoff homer. And then, I don't really care all too much who wins, because if the Astros win the World Series, Dusty Baker gets a ring, and I'm happy about that. And if the Braves get a World Series here, then the Astros don't win the World Series, which is also a plus.
Right.
So I'm kind of indifferent. I don't really care who wins. I just kind of want to see some good baseball. I'd like the Braves to win. I think just because they haven't been there in 22 years. And plus they've got the team of destiny vibes that everyone's been thrown around. And with this kind of start,
I think they have a lot of likable guys. Yeah. I think it's a likable team.
Yeah.
I think so too. Matthew, you gonna argue team of destiny?
I mean, they won 88 games.
Right.
Everybody knows that's a destiny number.
Yeah, but have you not heard them people saying they're the team of destiny in the postseason here?
I mean, yeah, but
that's a pretty common take.
No, sure, I've heard the take. I don't know if there's necessarily a team of destiny at all. I mean, what have they done? They beat the Dodgers, who had 105 wins, whatever it was. Who they were coming off beating their division rival and Giants beforehand, and sort of a letdown series that was, not unexpected necessarily. And then the Brewers, they struggled all year other than their pitching. They didn't have the offense. That's what happened in the series. So, maybe they shouldn't be here, but I don't know if I'd say destiny is on their side.
Of all people to say for a team that like this to not be here is coming from the Nationals fans is rich. Come on, bud.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
That World Series Nationals team, they're pretty much just the Braves this year. They were complete garbage for half of the season, and then they got up and they played really well, got to the postseason, and won it all.
Except it was a third of the season, not 2/3 of the season, and that Nationals team is significantly better than this Braves team.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm certain about that either.
I don't know about that.
Are you sure?
No, that's why I don't know about that.
The Nats team had 2 pitchers better than any pitcher on this Braves team, and 2 hitters better than any active hitter on this Braves team.
You had 4 players. That's pretty sick, bro. Good thing team needs 9 to play.
Sure. But I'm just saying at the top, they don't have that as much star power.
I don't know about that. I'm really not sure about that.
I mean, the pitching, you're right.
The pitching, yeah, you're right. But they've got Freddie Freeman, they've got Ozzie Albies. I think say those 2 guys. Austin Riley this year especially.
You comparing that to Juan Soto? You comparing that to Anthony Rendon?
I mean, yeah. I don't mean this as
not necessarily 1-to-1, but
Diego. But wasn't Albies league average this year or close to it?
I have no idea, but Acuna sure would have definitely Acuna and Soto are right. You can't
I'm just saying the team as it is now. If Acuna was healthy, sure, he probably would have won MVP the way he was playing, and this team they might have won in 4 or 5 against the Dodgers.
Right, but depth is also extremely important, and the Braves are a deep team, especially on offense. Yeah. You're what you're saying. I get what you're saying is those top 4 guys for the Nationals are better because you're not wrong, but a team is more than 4 guys.
No, you're right. It's just, you're right.
In the postseason, that top heaviness does carry a lot of weight, though. I think.
It does.
Especially in the rotation.
Yeah.
Right. But also, having solid guys. Jock Peterson is hitting 8th for crying out loud. And he's been, really good this postseason. And they don't call him Jocktober for nothing. Come on. What are we doing? It's 5-0 Atlanta. Come on. What are we talking about?
Oh, Matthew, I was just in Syracuse Sunday.
Oh. Shout out to Syracuse. What are you up here for?
I live in Binghamton, so I'm like only
Okay.
an hour away. But I was just meeting a friend up there.
just there.
Yeah, we what did we do? Thorndon Park, hung out there for a while.
Okay.
Up on the hill, good times.
Yeah.
Solid city if you got up there.
Yeah.
It's a solid city.
Parts of it are really nice, for sure.
Parts of it are really nice.
I mean, I don't
I
know.
like it.
Yeah.
That's most cities, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they've all got their downfalls. Like, yeah. Did Matt? Did you ever end up getting to actually meet Avery in real life, or no?
No, we did not end up.
Boo.
But
DD meetup seasons have been scarce.
few and far between.
we almost had
COVID.
one in Seattle.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, see how wild
But,
because just happened to both be somewhere where neither of us actually live.
Yeah, and
Most of the time it's someone going
like
to where someone else
possibly be
is.
from home.
Yeah. Most of the time it's someone going to where someone else actively is.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah.
Which is the funny part. And I'm going to be back in Seattle fairly soon. I'm going to try to catch a Kraken game with Nick, a resident Mariners fan. And that'd be exciting. If it can't be the Mariners, it'd be something. Like, shout out to Kraken. They have not been fantastic this year so far, I'll be honest. But I am excited to be actively watching hockey again.
Go hockey.
Go hockey. Go Kraken. I'm going to check. I'm like the standings there in the NHL real quick because I'm curious. Because I've missed the last couple games, but I'm pretty sure they've lost every single one that I haven't watched, which has been like 3 straight. They're in the West. Yeah, they're solid 1-4-1. You'll love to see it. Yeah.
They got their first one on the board. That's the most important thing.
They did. I think they got that in their second game too.
Okay.
And they played the overtime game, and that means they've lost 3 straight. But it's fine. You don't have to be the best team in the league in year one. Who are we? Vegas? No.
Yeah, I still
Okay.
I watch almost no hockey, and I don't how did that happen?
Same.
How are they that good?
I don't know. I barely get into hockey now, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Matthew, how much do you know about hockey?
I will watch it if the Caps are in the playoffs, and I've turned on the game the other day, but not much during the regular season.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We need Scott. Scott
Big
knows
playoff
lots of
hockey.
hockey.
Let's go.
Playoff hockey is dope. I've always watched playoff hockey because playoff hockey is always electric. Didn't Yimi Garcia come into this game and I think striking out the side? Did he just strike out the side? Or am I wrong?
I'm not 100% sure.
I also cannot confirm.
No, 2 strikeouts. You got Jock to fly out. But yeah, two strikeouts and a fly out and one inning of work for him. Maybe Yimi should have started this game. I don't think he's a starter, but is he a starter? I have no idea. I don't know much about the Astros, I'll be honest. I didn't actively pay attention to him. I do know that Jake Odorizzi was up in the bullpen earlier, and they're probably going to go to him for some innings today. Because Framber didn't do much. But it's fine. Yeah, Sam, do you have any rooting interest in this game? You asked me. I was going to throw it back at you. Forgot.
Yeah, I'm fairly impartial, but I'm pretty much just the maximum excitement and intrigue.
That's fair.
Yeah. But if I would say the Braves, I guess, if I had to pick one.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Just like I would like good baseball. That's really all I'm
And also they have, if I was to just assemble an outfield of just cool guys, I think Adam Duvall, Eddie Rosario, and Jack Peterson would be it. So
yeah, that's fair.
That's a fair point, yeah.
I've always been a huge Adam Duvall guy.
It's funny because Adam Duvall, former Giant, and they traded him because we don't know if this guy can actually play in the outfield, and then here he is. Like he would have solved our left field issue a long time ago, but
here he is playing in the outfield.
Yeah,
center field, no less.
Exactly, but it's fine. The Giants need to go get an actual outfield this offseason, I think.
Who's that player? Who do you think they're gonna get? Who do you want them to get?
I have no idea. I think Marte would be cool.
Ooh, I like that.
I think he'd be a good Giant. But because we have Yaz, we have Lamont, and I think we need a true center fielder. Because Yaz can play center, he plays a pretty good center. But I think if you can get a true center fielder, I'd say Marte is a pretty true center fielder, and plug him into the
days?
Center field. I think he's 32? Question mark.
Sounds about.
He might not even be that old. He might be younger than that.
Yeah, I guess right around 30, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, and have Yaz play right every day.
33.
Oh wow. Yeah, outfield defense could be so good if we get a Marte. I think that'd be great.
Right.
I'm not really sure who else. I haven't really done my due diligence to the free agent market yet this offseason.
That's more of a post-World Series activity.
Yeah, that's a next week activity. Or 2 weeks from now. A couple days after the World Series, I'll probably be yes, now I'm going to sit down and look.
And our free agency might not be a full free agency period anyway, because December, was it, 1st, 2nd? We get the
lockout comes.
Yeah. Who knows?
Manfred, I think it's Manfred. Was today. It was there was a chance it gets done before December 1st. I'm there's no chance it gets done.
Well, they've got to say that at this point. What else
they're we're optimistic about it. I'm no, you're an idiot. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm I get you have to say it. That makes sense to me, but also shut up,
Jose Altuve weighs more than Ozzy Albies. Shout out.
Doesn't surprise me.
Their comparisons.
Albies is kind of a thinner guy.
Yeah, I mean Altuve's 5'6" though.
This is true. Altuve, yeah, short. I'm the same height as Jose Altuve. I am also 5'6".
That was a pitch.
It's real unfortunate. That was a great pitch. Charlie Morton's dealing today.
Yeah.
He's had some pretty nasty stuff so far.
Well.
Yeah. What just happened here?
He's getting pulled from the game. It looks like so. That's less than ideal.
Why? Is he hurt?
It appears he doesn't look absolutely comfortable yet.
Oh no, yeah, he's definitely not feeling great. That's not great.
He immediately called it off too. That's not good. Oh, leg maybe.
Yeah, I saw after the pitch him sort of fall over like that.
He did get hit on the leg earlier.
Okay, perhaps something there.
Yeah, that pitch was nasty though.
Yeah,
it was a great pitch. Man, now I'm sad. He was so good. Thus far.
That's a rough break for
pitching
both
so
him
well.
and the Braves. Pitching so well, he's got the lead, everything going right, and then that's tough. Now a long game gets longer.
I know. Getting AJ Minter here.
I wonder if they're gonna go to
Charlie Morton.
starter starting in like the fourth inning, the clean inning.
Probably. That's what I would do.
Especially with
I've always been on that. I'd expect Drew Smiley to come in.
Yeah.
Giants legend Drew Smiley.
So for different reasons, but neither starter makes it out of the third inning, which
I know that's kind of
seems
whack.
to be a theme so far this playoffs. Starters not getting deep in games.
Yeah, I think there's only been one starter this playoff that's gone like 7+ innings and more than one start. It's Logan Webb.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It is Logan Webb. But no, I'm pretty sure. I think that's an accurate statement, though. Because the way the Dodgers managed their starting pitching was just really, really weird. So I don't think they let any of their guys get that many innings. It seemed like, man, that sucks for Morton.
Yeah.
That's brutal. But I mean, at least he's leaving with a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least it's not like 0-0 or something right now. But was that the same spot that he got hit? I didn't see that.
I'm not 100% sure. Because what was the spot he was like?
Looked like his
gesturing to
the lower right leg. So
yeah, that sounds about right. Because the ball it hit him and then ricocheted straight to Freeman at first.
Okay.
So
that makes sense on a follow there.
And I think it was like maybe an inning and a half ago. So let me see if
hopefully just like a cramp or something that will work itself out and maybe come back on like game 4 or something. Game 3 maybe short rest.
It is mildly concerning.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
That he immediately called him off.
Yeah. So hopefully it's more of a precaution thing because you want to have him like for a game 4, like you just said.
Right.
Man, I'm looking for the play where he did happen to get hit in the leg because I want to see if it's the same spot. Charlie Morton's been to the World Series 3 times in 5 years with 3 different teams, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because he was an Astro.
I can't be.
Probably not.
But yeah, it's still impressive.
There's no way that's a first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive though. Man, I love Charlie Morton. I didn't realize it until right now. I love Charlie Morton. Big fan. Because I remember I wanted Charlie Morton to be a Giant. And then I remember him saying he didn't want to go West Coast, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then I was sad.
The opposite of Scherzer. Scherzer saying he wanted to go out west.
Yeah. Here comes AJ Minter. What a guy. Good X flow on him. Very high X flow here. Everything I'm saying about Morton's just that play where he came off. That's not the one I want.
Yeah.
No, is this it? Nope, that's not it. Neither is that. If I don't find it in the next 5 seconds, I'm giving up. Yeah, I give up. I'm sure it'll resurface at some point.
So
yeah, I
got
know.
2, 3, and 4. So he's gonna, or I guess 2 and 3, then maybe 4. The Astros lineup.
Yeah. Is Minter? Oh, that was pretty close. The strike zone. He's called worst pitches strikes tonight. But is Minter one of the higher leverage guys?
No.
The play I'm talking about, or the strike?
They just showed a replay of him getting hit, and it was the same spot.
Okay. Analysis. Big brain. Oh, that's unideal.
Oof, yeah, right off the shin.
apparently just go and run. All right, there's the replay. I'm seeing the replay now. Yeah, it is that same spot. Yeah. I had a feeling that was like that had to have been it then, right?
It's a safe assumption, I would think.
Yeah. The weird part is the fact that he went out for another.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I think it was only one batter, but
I wonder if he thought it'd be okay.
You could and make then, worse. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he landed, it probably.
And he got the strikeout in that one batter for what it's worth. I came through, an Astros fan came through my work today, and so I sat there and talked to him about baseball for a couple minutes. And I wear a Marlins hat when I work just because the hat it's just like a comfy hat that I grabbed this morning, and I've been wearing it like all week. And so we're just talking. He's like, "Oh, you're a Marlins fan?" I'm like, "No, not at all. I just have the hat."
Wear the hat.
He came through wearing. I just had the hat. He's very excited for the game, and I'm sure he's less excited now, but
still
in this moment,
at least 3 more games, up to 6 more games.
Right. Like, where's my Marlins hat? Yeah, see, just a Marlins hat. Got it for like $5 at Ross. Good hat to wear to work. Yeah. Alex Bregman's got kind of a funky stance. It's a great play by Riley.
Short hop there. Looks the runner back, throws it across.
Austin Riley's had a hell of a year. And no one really saw it coming.
I mean, he's had a good year, sure. I don't think he's had an MVP level year, which a lot of people would try to tell me.
I didn't say that. I just said he had, had a hell of a year.
Yeah. But
no, I know what you mean, though. I think he'll get votes, but not a ton. I don't think he finishes top 5.
Yeah.
But I think he'll get votes, and those votes are deserved.
Yeah.
Not like he'll get like, I don't know, like 7th, 6th, 7th, maybe. I think that's a good spot for him. That's about the year he had, I'd say. But I'm trying to think, guys, who I would vote for ahead of Austin Riley. And there's a few I can think about. Because, I think the top 3 are going to be Tatis, Soto, Harper, for sure.
Right.
And then after that, I'm trying to think. Who else do you put ahead of him after that? Because he had a really good year. But he's not truly in the running for the MVP. You're right.
Those
right
top 3 are sort of separate, and he's not in that group. So
correct, yeah.
I
think there's another subgroup. Really?
I think there's sort of is it just
I think there's
a
top
group
5 is not
out of the question, though.
I think so. Yeah, I think you might be right. There's definitely a second group that also includes guys like Brandon Crawford. Because I've been saying this all year. I think Crawford's going to finish 5th in MVP voting. Number 5. I don't think he's going to finish higher than that. But I definitely think he could and should finish at 5. He had that kind of year.
I mean, Austin Riley finished 14th in F4 in the NL.
Really?
Yeah. And obviously, you don't necessarily straight down the leaderboard in F4 in your voting, but...
Right, I would have figured he finished higher than that.
Yeah.
Who are some guys ahead of him?
I bet Turner, probably.
Yeah. Turner,
right? Even Freddie Freeman was ahead of him, so he didn't even lead his own team in F4.
Freeman got his MVP. Here's another one.
Ryan Reynolds is near the top. You got Brandon Crawford's there.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah, that's definitely a name.
Tyler O'Neill, Paul Goldschmidt in St. Louis. Real Muto, Cronenworth, Machado. all those guys finished ahead of him.
Goldschmidt.
The thing
weird.
is,
I just realized all of a sudden that he was having an amazing year. I feel like it just kind of happened.
I touched Carson frequently enough to have known.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've been hearing about his year, but yeah, there's. I think it's tough when you have a couple of guys in the same team, that they take away from each other. Oh, that's a huge pitch from Minter there to get Alvarez out of the inning. But yeah, having multiple guys in the same team that garner that much attention, I guess, from the national media for an MVP kind of thing. I think you gotta pick one.
Yeah.
O'Neal and Goldschmidt, one of those guys are gonna get all those top votes. And obviously I feel like Machado and Cronenworth aren't gonna get many because you have Tatis getting those votes.
Right.
And then Freeman or Riley, one of those guys is gonna get votes, not both, I feel like. That's just kind of how the voters have been doing it.
And I think it'll be Riley, which is kind of surprising because you'd think Freeman being the established player, winning MVP last year, if between the two would be him. Mm-hmm. But the media this year has been much more on Riley. So, interesting.
Yeah, I had no idea Freeman had that good of a year.
And he just, sort of had a bad start and then finished well, as opposed to Riley, who was really good beginning, sort of faded.
Yeah. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see the guys who garner those kind of votes this season. Because I think outside of those top three that we've mentioned, the Tatis, Harper, Soto, that whole group number 2 of guys who can get votes is, it's fair. You can probably see any combination of those guys finishing really any order from 4 to 10.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy to me. A lot of very good players this year, but only a few, those 3, MVP kind of true consideration.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Trey Turner, given everything around him and obviously the trade, and because he actually does lead in F4.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he was...
Yeah, a lot of that's on defensive value as opposed to the other 3, which is all offense. So, that's also another thing.
Defensive value means nothing to these voters.
Right.
Which, I get why, but, I feel I've always been a big defense guy, and I feel defensive value should count more than it does, but not, equal to offensive value,
Yeah.
You said not equal to offense?
Not equal to offense.
Yeah.
But I think it should be considered more heavily when you're thinking about stuff like this.
Right.
Because I do like defense. I'm a fan.
Yeah, you got to be able to play both sides of the ball at least somewhat well, I think, if you want to win MVP.
Right. Yeah. Which makes it tough for the DHs of the world, right?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, if you're a DH and you're hitting ridiculously, like we saw Otani do this year, granted he also has.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call him a full-time DH.
Right, but if he was just a DH, I think he'd still be getting a decent amount of MVP votes.
He could get some votes, but he wouldn't be in the finalists. I think
he wouldn't be the unanimous favorite.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Guys like David Ortiz,
DH that's a finalist.
I think Ortiz was a finalist
at
one
point,
wasn't
Ortiz
he?
What came to mind.
I think Victor Martinez was in 2014 too.
That sounds correct. But was he a full-time DH in 2014?
He might have been playing first. Maybe.
There's Jake Odorizzi, like I said earlier. I was going to guess he'd come in for innings.
Yeah, it's a good call.
No ball. Kind of. But also, I'm just looking at Victor Martinez's. In 2014, he finished second in MVP voting as. Let me see. Give me those defensive. Their standard fielding. There we go.
Baseball Reference is having a tough time right now.
115 games as a DH.
I'd say that's
35 as a first baseman, 2 as a catcher. Yeah,
Two
full-time DH.
2 as a catcher.
Yeah, 2 appearances as a catcher in 2014.
Interesting.
For 17 innings. So those are like starts. Like was a catcher like for the game.
Opting for limited those days.
Yeah. Because I mean he was a catcher for like the beginning of his career, I believe. Yeah. He started his career as a catcher, so kind of weird seeing
him get 2 starts at catcher in a year.
Yeah, exactly.
The primary DH.
Kind of whack. Yeah. So yeah, Victor Martinez is the last like full-time DH to really like be in consideration for an MVP. Yeah. I know it's been talked about a lot, but that Braves trade deadline absolutely paying dividends, especially tonight here.
They didn't really get like a star player. They didn't get a Chris Bryant, but you know, they got what they needed. It's worked, and they've been playing like star players.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. You telling me Eddie Rosario for Pablo Sandoval wasn't your like at the time biggest trade of the deadline? And then Sandoval immediately got released. I was so sad when that happened. I love Pablo Sandoval. I know he's not very good at baseball anymore, but I love Pablo.
Remember the beginning of the year, he just like hit a pinch hit home run like every game.
Yeah, he was crazy at the beginning of the year. I think without those pinch hit home runs, the Braves aren't here right now. They owe that man a lot.
Very true.
Without him, Rosario's not here, so they're definitely not here right now. So basically what I'm saying is Pablo Sandoval has carried the Braves to the World Series.
In some ways, I guess you could say that.
It is the biggest stretch of them all, but like not in completely like bad faith to say. Which is definitely not right. So Aaron or is he having a battle here? Better be the 10th pitch of the at bat. Just remember when Odorizzi was like good?
A nice pitch.
What a crazy time that was. I think he was good for the Twins, I want to say. Odorizzi used to be a twin, right? Like a good twin.
Rosario?
No, Odorizzi.
Was he?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, he was like a good twin, if I recall correctly. Oh, he was a Ray? He was a Ray for a while. 4 years as a Ray.
That's what I thought of him as a Ray.
I don't know why I always think of him as a twin. He was an all-star in Minnesota one year.
Was he not? Okay.
Not in Tampa. He was a 2019 all-star in Minnesota. He had a 129 ERA plus in 2019.
Pretty good.
Yeah. 159 innings pitched in 30 starts. Shout out 2019 Jake Odorizzi. He's also 8th in Rookie of the Year in 2014 with the Rays. Which is it's something. Who look at that Rookie of the Year list? They should have George Springer in Rookie of the Year voting.
Shout out
that year.
21 Odorizzi with a couple of nice pitches for strikeouts.
Yeah. Coming up big for his team here. Just as we all predicted, Jake Odorizzi versus probably Drew Smiley. Game 1 of the World Series. Because imagine Smiley's going to come to this game for the Braves.
I think I might be ahead of you guys, but that was a tough play.
I just saw the strikeout to Freeman. I'm getting replays of it now, but I think I'm kind of far behind. That was a really good pitch.
Oh.
I'm still getting replays. Now showing Freeman in the dugout. Ozzy's got a whack stance as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, at what point does it get so wide that his front foot becomes his back foot?
I saw the play.
There you go.
It's in his glove. He should have had that. He stepped on
stinks.
It. Could have rolled an ankle there.
That was just funny. But yeah, like what you're saying, that stance is just super wide. You're right. Oh yeah, he almost just stepped on that. He almost recovered to make the play. Like just scoop it with his bare hand there.
Just slide the ball over.
Didn't. So. Yeah, just real quick, just to like push it.
Just kicked it.
Like, here you go. Honestly, yeah. It's been done before. 2014.
We got Riley now.
This is quite the list for 2014 Rookie of the Year voting in both leagues here. So this year it was. I want to make sure it's this 2014. Yeah, it's this 2014. It's Jose Abreu for the White Sox, and then Jacob deGrom for the Mets in the leagues. They're the winners. But like just the list. Second was Matt Shoemaker for the Angels.
Nice.
Then Dylan Betances, Colin McHugh, and Masahiro Tanaka rounding out the top 5 in the AL.
Okay.
And the NL, it's DeGrom, then Billy Hamilton at number 2. Colton Wong, Ken Giles, and Ender Inciarte rounding out that top 5. And then Joe Panic at 6. Travis d'Arnaud at 7. Tied with d'Arnaud, Familia, Kyle Hendricks all at 7. And then Chase Anderson finishing 10th.
Those are some names. Sure.
Those are some names.
No doubt about it.
Like, these are absolutely names. You're right. It's just kind of funny. Jake Odorizzi, like, he probably should have finished higher in that Rookie of the Year voting. He had a good year in 2014. He had a good rookie year.
What year was Jeremy Hellickson's Rookie of the Year?
No.
I don't know, but I can find out for you.
Yeah, get to work over there.
I got
so
you.
Will Myers was 13, right?
Maybe. Hellickson was 2011.
11. Pretty sure Myers was 13.
I can get that for you after this one. But Rookie of the Year, 2011, Jeremy Hellickson finished first, ahead of Mark Trumbo for the Angels, Eric Hosmer for the Royals, Ivan Nova for the Yankees, Michael Pineda for the Mariners, Dustin Ackley for the Mariners, Desmond Jennings for the Rays, and Jordan Walden also for the Angels.
Ackley was the one that was not the number 2 pick, right, in the draft?
Yeah,
I think.
I believe so. Yeah. In the NL that year, Craig Kimbrell finished ahead of Freddie Freeman that year in Rookie of the Year voting. They were 1-2 with Vance Worley at 3. Wilson Ramos at 4.
Shut up, Wilson.
Josh Kallmenter at 5. I remember Josh Kallmenter.
Nice.
Yeah, Danny Espinosa at 6. Darwin Barney and Kenley Jansen tied for 7th. What a list! Yeah.
How did Danny Espinosa get votes?
Let's see. He had 2.9 WAR, 158 games played. He had a 236 batting average, 414 slugging, 737 OPS.
He had 1 year he hit like 24 home runs, but he also hit like 180 or something ridiculous.
He hit like 210 for his career or something, but he'd get hit by 100 pitches a year. And that kept his on-base percentage good enough to be an 8-hitter.
221 for his career. Hit by pitches. Let me look.
1,300.
That's funny. Hit by pitches in his career, 78.
Was it only 78?
In his 8-year career, so about 10 a year.
Yeah, I would have thought it was
which is
more
kind
than
of
that, honestly.
I have no context for that number. I don't know if that's high or low or what.
For 78? I mean,
I
feel
it's like 10 in a year. Like, is that a lot?
How many years did
I
he
feel like
lead the
that's a
league
lot,
in hit
right?
by pitches? Like, it would highlight it, right?
I'll find out. 1.
Oh, okay.
That by 19 pitches in 2011, his rookie year.
All right, so that's
not even his highest season. He got hit by 20 in 2016 and didn't lead the league in hit by pitches.
Interesting.
Crazy. Yeah, it was really those. I mean, after those two, he had a 13 and a 12. Then after that, it's 6, 5, 4, like 3. Like, so those 4 years he got hit a lot, and then after that, significantly less. I guess he played less, but yeah. Then Myers rookie of the year. Myers. Got me not knowing how to spell his name. 2013. 2013 was Will Myers Rookie of the Year, where he finished ahead of Jose Iglesias, Chris Archer, Dan Straley, J.B. Shuck, Cody Allen, Martin Perez, and David Lau in the AL. And then the NL was Jose Fernandez. Rip Jose. Puig, Shelby Miller, Hyun-Jin Ryu, Julio Teheran, Jed Jerko, Nolan Arenado, and Evan Gattis tied for 7th.
Like, half those guys aren't playing anymore.
Yeah, no. I rookie of the year. So my favorite rookies of the year. So I think 2009.
They're fun to look at.
2009 was Andrew Bailey and Chris Coughlin, I'm pretty sure. And just not much happened with those two. Current Giants pitching coach, right?
Yes, correct. Very good at his job.
Good for him.
Andrew Bailey and Chris Coughlin, you're correct on both those fronts.
The coolest thing Chris Coughlin ever did was that when he dove over Molina.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he had a worthwhile career just because of that.
But so 2009, Andrew Bailey finished ahead of Elvis Andrews, Rick Porcello, Jeff Neiman, Gordon Beckham, and Brett Anderson for Rookie of the Year. And the NL side is Chris Coughlin ahead of J.A. Happ, Tommy Hansen, Andrew McCutchen, Casey McGee, Randy Wells, Garrett Jones, Everett Cabrera, Dexter Fowler, Gerardo Parra, and Colby Rasmus.
Beautiful.
Man, Rookie of the Year, they're just funny to look at.
I know.
The correlation between Rookie of the Year votes and career success is not there.
Next to none.
Yeah.
I still remember the 2015 Rookie of the Year because that was the year it was Chris Bryant in the NL, and I was mad it wasn't Matt Duffy.
Duffy finished third or something.
Loved
right?
Matt Duffy. He finished second that year, and it was it was closer than you thought it was going to be.
I think Trey Turner might have been a rookie of that year.
I'll check that one in a second. But so it was 2015. It was Chris Bryant in the NL, Chris Bryant, then Matt Duffy in second, Jung Ho Kong in third, Noah Syndergaard, Justin Bohr, Jock Peterson, and Steven Piscotty. Those are the names for the NL side. And the AL side, it was Carlos Correa, won the Rookie of the Year.
There you go.
They just beating out Lindor.
Okay, those are some good names.
Then Miguel Sano.
Yeah.
Roberto Ozuna, Billy Burns, Eddie Rosario.
What was that
one? Billy Burns. Oakland. I have no idea who this man is.
Wait, say it one more time.
Billy Burns.
Oh man, wait. Oh. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what his deal was, but
same. Then Eddie Rosario, and then Delino DeShields.
Nice.
Look at Billy Burns really quick. Like I need to know what this guy. So
I feel like I remember
is.
it,
Yeah, I remember he was. I don't know what happened to him, but
he's a center fielder. He played from 2014 to 2017. He was finished 5th in Rookie of the Year in 2015. He had a 102 OPS plus in 125 games. He had 5 home runs, 42 RBIs, 294 average, and that was far and away his best season. Like, quite literally twice as good as his next best season. Because he only played for like
beginner's
4 years.
luck.
Yeah, and then 2016, he split time between Oakland and Kansas City, and his OPS plus was 56. Then 2017, he got 7 games in with the Royals and had a negative 10 OPS plus. So that's fun.
That's not good.
It's a killer.
The whole negative 10 OPS plus. Yeah, I would call that not ideal, you know?
Yeah. I would try to do better.
And then, I would simply just be better. You know?
At least get in the positives, you know? Single digit.
Yeah, at least be 0, honestly. So Trey Turner did not win Rookie of the Year.
No, he didn't win it, but I was just trying to remember when that was.
2016.
Didn't he play?
16.
He played center field his rookie year, didn't he?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Think.
That was when Desmond was that short, and
right. Yeah.
They wanted him to play anyway, which was probably a smart thing. But
his rookie year, yeah, he had 45 games in center, which is more than any other position that year, which is kind of crazy.
Astros look like they might get something going here. Yeah, runners on the corners.
They do look like they're getting something going.
Minter is still in the game. I don't know.
I know, which is kind of surprising.
Long relief, but turning into long relief.
It's at 20 pitches now. I'm surprised they didn't bring in Drew Smiley to start this inning. Like, get those innings in, bring him into a clean inning. But yeah, 2016 Rookie of the Year voting. Turner finished 2nd behind Corey Seager.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Seager's
ahead
also
of
like
Kenta Maeda. Yeah, he had a very good year. He had 5.2 WAR in 157 games, 26 home runs, 72 ribbies, 308 average, which, you know, they'd like to see that kind of stuff. And Turner did have a 342 average, though, that year, but he played significantly less games.
Yeah, I feel like
half as many games. Yeah. But they finished ahead of Maeda at 3rd, Story at 4th. Aldemis Diaz, is that pronounce his first name?
Aledmus.
Aledmus? Yeah, that sounds better. He finished 5th, and John Gray, Stephen Math, and Sungwon Oh finished 6th. I don't know if you guys remember Oh. He was the relief pitcher for the Cards. Yeah. I'm not sure he's in the league anymore. Sungwon Oh. He came over from South Korea.
Or out of the league.
I think he's out of the league now. Because he was 33 when he came over from Korea.
Astros got a little something working here.
Swanson.
Something. Oh, Dansby. Be better, buddy. Especially to let him get to third there. What are you doing there, bud?
Not a great defensive play.
AJ Minter's pissed.
Yeah, that could have ended.
Because he probably could have got. Yeah, he should have ended the inning there.
Yeah.
Ooh, off the.
That was a weird one too. Like that was just like a straight boot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The World Series pressure, man.
He's trying to turn it before he had it. Baseball version of running before you catch it. Because he got the hand down before the ball got there.
Yeah. Also, in this 2016 Rookie of the Year, the AL side, Michael Fulmer won Rookie of the Year in 2016.
Over Sanchez, right? Yeah.
Over Gary Sanchez, Tyler Naquin, Chris Davinsky, Edwin Diaz, Nomar Mazara, and Tim Anderson. Only like one of those players is like good now. It's not Gary Sanchez. So
I was gonna say you better be talking about Gary Sanchez.
I'm not talking about Gary Sanchez. It's Tim Anderson.
I've been pro Gary Sanchez for so long that I just can't give up on it at this point.
That's fair. I respect it.
Yeah,
I respect it.
I still do genuinely believe it to an extent.
Are you a big who is it? Higgy, right? The other catcher you guys got.
Yeah, I mean he's like good back. He's nice to have as a backup catcher, but he's not all that good.
You want Joey Bart? We'll trade you Joey Bart.
I mean, why do you not like him? Did something happen to him?
No, I really like Joey Bart, but I know Farhan doesn't love him, and if Posey's going to be back for another year or two, then they'll probably trade Bart and just go with Patrick Bailey, the other catcher we have in the organization. Yeah, absolutely. I was surprised they didn't trade him at the deadline.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I think Bart. There's a good chance Bart is on the move this offseason from the Giants. Yeah. He's a pretty decent because he's 24, and he's still being blocked by Posey. After the year that Posey just had, what are you gonna do with him? I think the universal DH would absolutely kind of help, the case.
You put one of them at first.
No, Brandon Bell plays first.
But for how much longer? And he's hurt.
He's a fantastic defensive first baseman.
How old is Bell?
33? Question mark.
Oh, okay. I thought he was significantly older than that.
No,
how old is
he was just hurt a lot. 33? Question mark. They're all around the same age.
Yeah.
Brandon Bell is 33. Yep, he's born on 4/20. Shout out. Woot. And then Posey is 34. Not born on 4/20. By the way, in case you were wondering.
Explains a lot.
Did you not share a birthday?
I don't really care about birthdays. I just care about whether or not you were born on that day. Otherwise, it's meaningless.
That's fair, yeah. But it's funny when your birthday's on 4/20. So it's fine.
Martin Maldonado doing what he does best. Getting out.
Sticking with Minter against Altuve. Pretty interesting.
This would be a spot for postseason Altuve to do his thing.
Yeah. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Such a slow game.
I do feel like they're kind of leaving him out there for a while, right?
Yeah, he's at 26 pitches already. I'm gonna look up his usage this year to see if he's a multi-inning guy. Because if he was, this might be normal. But I feel like every time I've seen him, he's only gone an inning. But like I said, I could be wrong. I don't know the Braves. It
all worked out
a ton.
Wow,
hopefully
that was the pitch. I don't know why Altuve swung at that, but worked out for Minter.
It was a Pablo swing.
It was
it's not a great swing. Shout out Minter for getting out of it. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, in the end there, that's a great performance by Minter.
Sure.
Yeah, you take that.
The error and all that. There's 2 errors, right?
Okay, so I think so. So Minter, he's been a multi-inning relief guy. He goes to pretty frequently. But he'll go one. He'll go anywhere from 1 to 3. So this isn't abnormal, which is good to know.
Makes more sense then.
Charlie Morton has a broken right fibula and will miss the remainder of the World Series.
Wow, that's brutal.
That's rough.
Now I'm sad. Damn.
So out the rest of the
series.
So he must have.
Man.
I wonder. Was he pitching on that for a little bit?
I guess
he must
so.
have been.
He pitched at least he got a strikeout on it. He struck out Altuve with it on that. Man,
I'm pretty sure
that's brutal.
Those leg bones are supposed to be extremely painful too. So good for him.
They don't feel good.
Yeah,
not supposed to anyway.
Especially if it was his. Was it his? Which leg was it? His plant leg or was it?
It was his
back leg.
Back leg.
Yeah,
I think that's probably worse, right?
Yes. Yeah, his right.
Wait,
pushing off it.
Is he a lefty or righty?
He's a righty.
Yeah. So, it's pushing leg. It's driving leg, which is crazier because that's where you're generating your power from. Man, I'm so sad now. I love Charlie Morton. Man, the dog though. Dude, he went out there. He went back out there. What a guy.
Yep, very commendable.
Man. I bet you're going to see that, especially if the Braves do hold on to win this game. You'll see that strikeout of Altuve, and it'll be like he did this on a broken fibula.
Yeah.
What?
That's pretty wild.
Man. The Braves pitching really just cannot catch a break with health.
Yeah. It's a rough season for sure.
Mood right now. Just attached to that tweet about Morton.
Yeah.
Man. So that's probably why they don't go to Smiley then. Because that's not your other starting pitcher.
Yeah, it's much more important.
Yeah. It's I'm trying to think. Whoa. I need to take a close look at this Braves roster.
Well, if Smiley's gonna be the one that replaces him next turn in the rotation, then he could.
He should be pitching today.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also had Jesse Chavez up in the bullpen as well, who's also another former starter. He can give you 3-4 innings. If Chavez gives you 3 innings tonight, it gets you to the 8th.
It looks
he goes 5, 6, 7.
Morton faced 3 batters with the broken leg. McCormick, he struck out McCormick,
3?
got a line out from Maldonado, and then struck out Altuve.
Man.
For him.
Man. Gutsy.
Yeah.
Shout out Charlie Morton for real.
Yeah. Tough break.
That's a brutal break.
I mean, showing it again, and even when it happened, he started running over to first base as soon as it hit him. It's covering the base, even though his leg just broke.
Yeah. I mean, man, and so there's the strikeout. You're going to see that for the entirety of the World Series. You're going to see that exact strikeout replay. No matter what happens, you're going to see that probably every single game, I feel like. They're going to show it a lot. That's so tough. Who replaces him on the roster then? Who do the Braves have?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look.
Oh, when you mentioned Jesse Chavez, up until this postseason, I had no idea that he was around anymore.
Yeah, I always forget until he pops up. I'm like, oh yeah, you're still pitching. I think he's been a Brave for the last 3 seasons now. If I remember correctly. He's just stuck around. Now he's in the World Series, so good for him. Let's see. Roster. Give me that roster. Active. Is the postseason roster? Probably. Yeah, I need to. Because you have to be on the 40, right?
Yeah,
For
I
like,
believe so. And you had to be in the organization by September 1st or whatever day.
Right. Oh, you know, Richard Rodriguez isn't on the postseason roster.
Really?
Yeah, according to, I'm just on like the MLB app. It says he's in the minors, which I'm just assuming is.
I guess I didn't really keep up with him too much. Like after he left Pittsburgh.
Oh, maybe.
Is he not on the roster right now either?
I don't believe so.
He was hurt though. I think he was hurt, wasn't he?
Was he? Because on here it just says he's not. I'll look it up. Let's do a little bit of Googling. And by that I mean baseball reference. I'm going to Google. Oscar, and otherwise he's dealing right now. Is he hurt or just not playing? This is what I want to know. I don't think he's hurt right now. Oh no, yeah, he was. He is. He was on the roster and he got scratched from starting the NLCS. So let's see. He might be on this roster. I don't think he is, considering what I just saw, but I could be wrong. I often am. Yeah, so I mean, if he's better now, maybe, but I doubt that if he wasn't on the roster to begin with.
I thought I remembered seeing like when he got hurt that he was done for the postseason.
Yeah, you're right. I want to see like. Yeah, because he was pulled on or he was pulled not pulled, scratched for the start game 4. So it's like later in the series too. So let me see. Right, so even if he, because so it was pulled like from the NLCS roster, so that makes him ineligible for the World Series anyway.
Right.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So. Kyle Wright is already on this roster. He is. Man, Odorizzi's dealing. Shout out David Odorizzi.
The Astros definitely needed that. If they had any chance.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Man, I'm so curious just speculating who they might add. Because it also has to be a pitcher. They can't add a position player in his place. That's also like a fun little tidbit there. The pitcher gets removed.
That's like an actual rule. I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, there's an actual rule.
Yeah,
because that was the case with who got hurt in CS. I don't remember what team was either. Someone got hurt on one of the teams. It was like, oh, by the way, you have to replace them with a
Muncy
position player. Yeah, Muncy in the DS, I think. Yeah, that makes sense because I would have been paying attention still. When he got hurt, it was like he has to be replaced by a position player. They can't bring on a pitcher.
It's a position player or a two-way player.
Yes, but there are no two-way players left in current.
I'm just saying that's the rule.
It's just making sure.
You're right. My bad. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring up Richard Rodriguez. I feel like that makes sense. Was he really that bad in Atlanta?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it. Yeah.
Or is he hurt? Maybe. I'm so curious because I remember that was like a big deal when they acquired him. Baseball reference, be my friend. He was fine in Atlanta. He wasn't like as good as he was in Pittsburgh, but he was fine. Like he wasn't
always
bad
gonna
by any
regress
means.
some. Never gonna.
Yeah, but he didn't regress. He had a 1.44 ERA plus.
That's pretty good.
Like he has to be hurt, right?
Yeah.
Else, why would you not have him on the roster? What does this one say? No, I just think they didn't have. I just think he's just not on the roster.
Well, I would add him then.
Yeah.
Not a starter, but I don't know why he wasn't on the roster to begin with.
Right. But you can have like Miley start now instead. Not Miley, Smiley. It's Wade Miley, noted Brave.
Wade Smiley.
Wade Smiley. Yeah. Okay, so apparently Rodriguez was super shaky at the end of the regular season. Like he went like really inconsistent, gave a lot of like home runs in his last 10 appearances. And his strikeout rate like plummeted. So
was he on either of the two previous rosters?
No, I don't think so. At least he wasn't on the NLDS roster, which would lead me to believe he was also probably not on the NLCS roster. So they could just call him up now, which I think that makes the most sense, right?
Yeah, it would seem to.
Like, I'm still surprised that he wasn't.
I don't think they'd have anyone else better just waiting to be added.
Yeah. Yeah, Minter's still in this game. Minter's like the long guy they decided to go to, which makes sense. Yeah. I mean, because looking at the Braves 40-man roster, according to MLB.com, you got Giselle De La Cruz, who I believe was a rookie who had like 2 starts for the team. Yohan Lopez. I don't know who that is. I will be honest. Kyle Muller. Sean Newcomb, who I believe is just bad now, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think he just stinks. Edgar Santana. Spencer Strider. Tuki Toussaint. Jacob Webb. And Huascar Yanoa, but Yanoa's hurt, is what we've deduced, right?
Yanoa's definitely hurt, yeah.
Yeah, Jacob Webb. I think Jacob Webb had a decent season.
Is Jacob Webb related to Logan Webb?
No. I do know that actually. I'm pretty sure he's not. Like I'm like 98% sure, because I feel like I remember seeing that question not too long ago, like on Twitter or something. Shout out Eric Webb for real. He follows me on Twitter. That's Logan Webb's dad.
Nice.
Big fan. He's fairly active in Giants Twitter, which is awesome. Like it's just cool. Jacob Webb did not have a good year. I lied. He had a 4.19 ERA. He had he was okay, I guess. ERA plus of 106.
What was Toussaint this year?
I'll look it up. Look him up.
I want to say he was hurt, like for much of the beginning of the year, maybe.
That sounds right.
Only had 11. Only pitched in 11 games this year. 99 ERA plus. Let me see.
He was supposed to be like front of the rotation for them, I think, as of like a year or two ago.
Was it this year?
Yeah,
He was like a big prospect, I believe.
Yeah.
He has like a massive curveball. Or at least he did. I think he...
That sounds not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds right. From what I know.
I believe that was his shtick.
That was a shtick. Toussaint's, I just know he's a guy I acquired in my current OOTP run. Like, I was trading a bunch of guys at the deadline, and he was one of the guys I acquired.
There you go.
I took over the Giants, and the Giants were not good in OOTP 22. They were rebuilding like they're supposed to be. And so I'm like, yes, let's sell off all of our valuable pieces who aren't some of the core guys who I didn't have the heart to trade.
That's the problem with playing OOTP with your favorite team. Can't
I
trade all that.
rarely play with the Giants. I usually play with like the Mariners. That's my favorite team to play with. It's challenging because they don't have like any money, and so you have to find a way to make it. And whenever I do have a stretch of really bad runs, I play with the Angels to make myself feel better because I have a lot of money. So, and like decent players.
They have Mike Trout.
My most successful OTP run was an Angels run. Like I won like 4 World Series in like a 10-year span where I didn't miss the playoffs once. I turned Joe Adele into quite literally better than Mike Trout, which was kind of whack considering like Trout retired at like 40 with like 115 more.
Not a bad career.
It's a nice little career, you know. I'd say so for sure. Man, I'm still sad about Charlie Morton. That's upsetting.
Shout out
I think that's like a pretty
taking a pitch right down the middle. Strike 3.
Bregman bad.
Agreed.
Another one.
Mm-hmm. Another one bites the dust. Down, down, down. This is now just karaoke hot mic.
Yeah, you can just
me.
That.
Yeah, no one else is participating.
You have the floor, Diego, if you want it.
Yeah, it's all you got.
Yeah, so I'll go to my favorite karaoke song, Tequila.
It's always a safe call.
Yeah, I know all the words to that song.
Remember, yeah.
Sorry, I know all the word.
Yeah.
Man, Minter's looking pretty good here.
Get some takes on pitches right down the middle. Then Jordan swung at a pitch that was in the dirt in the righty batter's box. So.
Yeah, but he's getting these guys to swing at him, so he's doing something.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's working. Players
yeah, it's working. Not the most traditional way of doing it, but it's working for him.
Strikes are strikes and outs are outs.
It's true.
Just what they say.
33 is a good number for him. I don't know why, but like the number looks right on him. I feel that way about like a lot of guys. I'm like watching like baseball or something. I'm like, yeah, that number makes sense. Even though it's completely arbitrary, but
yeah, unlike Trey Turner, where
like Alvarez, yeah, he's a 7 guy, and like Alvarez 44, like I like 44 on him.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like yeah, that works.
Shout out 44.
Yeah, like it just works, you know.
That's one thing that I've just never. I don't want to say I'd never cared, but like I think I know maybe like for sure like maybe 10 people's numbers and just like. I don't know. It's just something I've never paid attention to.
I know a lot. Like
yeah.
I've always paid attention to it, like super hardcore. I'm also just a big numbers guy in general. Like,
Same.
not necessarily like player number, just numbers. So
Math guy.
I always play attention
Math
to this kind
guru.
of big math guy. Indeed. What a performance here by Minter, though. Assuming that's it for him. 2 2/3. Get him through. Get him to the sixth. When your starter goes out, I'm like, come on. It's a good stuff.
Take that.
Yeah. But like, of my favorite teams, I know a ton of like numbers. Like, I know a ton of the Giants roster. I know a ton of the Cowboys roster in the NFL. The Rockets not so much, since like half the guys like I really liked are gone now anyway. But
yeah,
like I could for like a while. There was a time like in the NFL for the Cowboys, I could have given you like probably 75% of the roster and their numbers.
Nice.
Which
impressive
is
for football.
Whack because they have like a 56-man roster. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I probably still could.
Yeah, for baseball, I could most years get most of the Nats roster, most of the 25, 26, whatever, 28-man roster, whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can do it.
Matthew, are you also a football team fan?
Yeah.
You do, dude.
Sadly.
He's a one city kind of guy.
Yeah, except the Suns. Shout out Suns. Basketball.
Yeah, and randomly the Suns.
That's right, yeah.
Is there a crack in my cup? There's not. Okay, let's see. We'll go with the Giants roster first. I'm going to try to just type these all out because I'm like fairly confident in it. Posey's 28, Casale's 2. I'm going to go by position. 9. Offense is 33. We'll see how far I can get. There's also like the deal with like some guys like kind of randomly changing numbers. Yeah. Usually it's the minor league guys. And I'm like, why? Like you didn't have to do that.
The big ones are, when there's a player that you associate with a number, and then you look back in like their rookie year or something when they called up, they had a different number, and it's like, oh yeah,
yep. Or, and it's like that looks wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Ryan Zimmer.
It's always funny when you do the highlights.
Didn't have 11 when he came up,
11.
Which is crazy to think about, because at least
probably had like 76 or something.
Yeah, I think it might have been 25, 20. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he's now around DC, and I'm sure other people too now just so associated with 11.
Yeah, no, he's 11. I know he's 11, and I'm not a Nationals fan. I'm just aware of that fact.
I think that's one that I could have. One of the few that I could have identified.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I can do a good amount of like the Giants coaches too. Like I know,
really?
Yeah, Kapler's 19, Richardson's 00, Wotus is 8, Natkin's 92, Bailey's 36.
Less confidence with that one.
36.
Yeah,
that was the one because he never wears his jersey. Like
that's a lot of coaches sometimes just wear like a sweatshirt or something.
Yeah. But like those are like the big coaches I can like think of off the top of my head. Was I right? I think I was right. I did 38. I said 36 because I didn't want to believe it was 38 because 38's still Brian Wilson in my heart. Go tell me what his number is. I want to know. I need a photo of him. Images. They don't do numbers in the front. And all the photos of him on the field he's wearing is like not a jersey. So
does it not have the number on the roster? Like what the team say?
Oh, that's a good place to look. You're right. I feel like a lot of the times they don't show up on the roster. I could be wrong.
I think they have like a coaching section.
They do. Like they definitely do. But I don't know if they do have the numbers next to them. Who's 84? What?
Almost.
Oh,
Okay, so I was wrong. The other ones they listed were right though. Nackins 92. Wotus was 23 until Bryant came to town. He gave him 23, and then he went to 8. Richardson's 00. Kapler's 19. Kai Correa 50. I also knew that one. Everyone else not as much. I got the good ones. The prominent ones.
the Giants have like 75 coaches too, so
Yeah, they have a lot. They have on here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 18 listed on MLB.com. I'm pretty sure that's a lot more than most teams.
yeah.
I'm fairly confident in that fact. Let's see. Long goes 10. Let's go to the outfield. Yeah, this was 5. Maybe it was 1. So tomorrow, or game 2, Fried and Urquidy going. That's a good pitching matchup.
Yeah.
I like that matchup. Fried had like a pretty good season.
Is that the first hit off Odorizzi?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's the first.
I think so.
In like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are approaching the 3-hour
Dansby.
mark.
Good for Dansby.
And we are through 5 innings.
To be fair, we did have to like sit through like the when a pitcher gets hurt, so like the guy gets to shine his knees on up, and that usually eats a good like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but even then, it was still a slow pace.
Yeah, that's fair. You're not wrong. Starting pitcher now. Webb was 62. I need a Webb jersey in my life. I want it really bad. Need to get one. I need to get when I go back to San Francisco at some point. I'll pick up a jersey or two, maybe.
Not a bad idea.
I want a belt jersey more than anything in my entire life, and I have for years. Just no one sells them because it's like an obscure.
Do you have any
player.
Giants ones?
I have a couple. I mean, Giants jerseys. I have a Bumgarner, and I have a one without a name. I guess I could get a belt put on the back of that one. It's the Gigantes one, the black Gigantes across the front.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have a name on the back. I guess I could probably get a belt put on that one. That'd be cool. Because I love Brandon Belt so much. He's one of my favorite players for no reason. Shout out Dusty Baker with the toothpick in his mouth as well. What a guy.
Shout out Dusty.
Shout out Dusty. He also wears the latex gloves.
Yep.
Yeah, Odorizzi. That was a hell of a performance by Odorizzi. Like, coming in when your starter gets hurt, or not hurt, gets just bad. But, like, yeah, he just stinks. But, like, let me look at his line here now that he's out of the game. 2 1/3, that one hit with 5 strikeouts.
Take that, huh?
I'll take that every day of the week.
Yep,
no walks on how many pitches? 42 pitches. You probably could have gone a lot more, but they're switching it up as you do. Let me get back to this list of putting Giants, writing down the Giants roster and their numbers. I'm at the rotation now. Wood 57. Is this information that's important? Probably not. Do I know it? Yes, I do. This is where all my brain capacity goes.
That's okay.
Teams and the numbers that players, the numbers they wear. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew.
Respect that.
Sometimes it's all you need is just knowing
random sports
stuff like that. Sports. I do be liking sports. Oh, Gosman. How did I forget Gosman? We'll move on. I'm missing a rotation piece. Who's our fifth starter? We didn't have a fifth starter for a while. I don't want to go to Sanchez because that's not right. How many guys do I have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 20 guys so far on this list. And I haven't even gotten to the bullpen yet. Let's go to the bullpen. Rogers is 71. McGee was 17. Duvall. And Duvall were 75. And the last, I think, Giants pitched over 75 was Zito, who threw like nothing, no velocity, and Duvall throws like 103, which is funny.
A little bit different.
Funny to me in my brain. A little bit. Who's pitching for the Astros now? Who are you? 88. Phil Mattoon? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Madden made sense in my head. Mattoon?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. See, 88, I don't know about that number on him. Doesn't look
yeah,
it's
right. Pushing it.
That's pushing it.
This was forever. I believe J. Roy has some philosophy about just.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. I remember having that discussion.
Yeah, yeah. We just like were listing numbers, and he's like, no, not that one.
Yeah, he's like, no,
like 16, no way.
Just making his opinions up as he goes.
I'm like, because I remember, because I'm like, well, I was 22, like that's my number. It's like, oh, that's mid. It's all right. I'm like, okay. It's like 2 is a good number. 22, I'm like, all right, J-Roy.
Whatever.
Okay, buddy. It was so weird. It was a hell of a conversation. I'll tell you that much. Like it was so arbitrary and did not need to happen.
Yeah, and there was some that he was like vehemently like against.
Yeah, like I think he hated 13. Like a lot of people do. But he, like,
he did. Yeah, that sounds right.
I think he hated 7 too, if I remember correctly.
I'm a big.
It's like a very common number to like.
Yeah, 7 was my.
Yeah, I think Jared just hated it. See, I changed my number a lot until I settled on 22. I jumped around a lot. Before it was 9. 9 was the number I had for a long time too, and then 24.
I was a big 14 guy.
14.
21 was also like go-to.
That's fair. Yeah. Another like arbitrary thing. Like I remember I was like when I played a year of like rec ball when I was in high school because I could, and the season just kind of fit between other seasons I was playing, and it was like, okay, here are the jerseys that you can have. I'm like, I do not want 16. Like I just did not like 16. Like other than that, like I don't really care what number you give me. If you have 22, I'd love it. But like I don't want 16. And I was like I was adamant about it.
Big anti.
I think I ended up wearing like 18. Yeah, I think I ended up wearing 18, but like I just didn't like 16. I don't know why. I'm like, no, it's not my number. It's not me.
I had to abandon 21 because anytime, like for like in like high school, it was always too big of a jersey because the number was so high.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, like I'm thinking in high school, 22. Yeah, 22 is what I wore until my senior year when I was a goalie and I was forced to wear one. Because in our league, like if you were a goalie, because I'm in soccer, like if you're a goalie, you had to wear one. It was like a league rule. I don't know why. What makes it even weirder is the fact that I had to provide my own, like, this is just my school thing. I had to provide my own jersey. So, like, I had to get a jersey with one on it. Like, I didn't get a picture number even though I was getting my own jersey.
It's odd.
Which was weird. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was super strange. It's fine now, though. I still have the jersey. I want to get it framed because it has my last name on it, too.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just hanging in my closet. I had gloves to match. My gloves are in bad shape now. They're sitting there. Hold on. Nope. Yeah, these were the gloves I wore in high school. They're all taped up now, like because they needed to be because they got holes in them everywhere.
From saving so many shots
as well.
They just got worn down eventually.
Oh yeah. Like I tell you, our team sucked my senior year. They were not good. I had I think at the end of the season, because my coach kept track of counting stats for me as a keeper, because they're the easy ones to keep track of. Like, you know what a save is, because it's obvious. And he kept track of goals and assists and all that. And at the end of the season, we had a 12-game season. I had almost or around 200 saves, which is not good.
Not good?
It's good
the fact that I had
many,
that,
but that many.
I shouldn't have
any opportunities. Okay.
If your team is good, your goalie should be having maybe 10 saves a game.
Okay.
I was regularly getting 15, 20 saves a game because our team was not good. And I think we finished third in the league, and I'm okay, this is rough because our offense was okay, but our defense just stunk. It was fun though. It was fine. It was also high school soccer, so I didn't care all that much. But it was fun. But it was I remember I'm man, this was brutal. Because there's one in particular game I remember because I was living in a really small town, so all the local sports, because granted there was one local high school, and so all the local sports were always written about in our local paper. And it's a game we had won 2-0, and I had 34 saves this particular game.
Wow.
And this reporter asked my coach about it, and my coach also hated me. So he was "Yeah, he did his job," and did not give me any praise. It's he did his job. I'm okay, all right. He just hated my guts for I know why, because I just didn't listen to him because he didn't know what he was talking about. Because he was just a former player that played high school soccer, and at that point in my soccer career, I had trained with an actual goalie coach for my other travel team I was playing for, and so obviously I'm not going to listen to this high school wash up tell me how to play goalie. I'm going to listen to the other guy. So I just did not listen to him, and he hated me for it.
Reasonable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the assistant coach, he liked me because he clearly knew that I knew what I was doing. So he was yeah, you're fine. But the other coach just hated my guts. And at one point I told him, hey, I'm gonna play, but because I was the only goalie at the school, I'm you need me more than I need you. So I'm just gonna do my thing. And he had to be okay with that. I wasn't defiant or anything, but I'm I'm not gonna listen to you. When you tell me things that are blatantly wrong and I know they're wrong. I wasn't as super disrespectful or anything, but I knew what I was doing, and I needed him to know that. It's kind of crazy. This is also at this point 5 years ago. It's fine. Time is whack. Who needs time?
Very fair question.
Yes, everyone does, but
The
Astros need time to score runs, that's for sure. Time is a circle. Time is made up. This is also true. It's an objective fact that no one should be refuting. The perception of time is all fake. In case you didn't know. I mean, it's not a real thing.
We could get very existential for the rest of this game if you want. We still have 3.5 innings. And
yeah,
this rate, that could be 2 hours.
Yeah, just keep going. Just never stop.
Yeah, I don't care if the game ends. Just keep us rolling.
There was a game where it was me and Carson because Peyton was at a floor meeting for his college dorm, so he wasn't able to end the stream. And so it ended, and Carson and I were just 25 minutes later talking about battle bots on the stream for no reason. And then Peyton came back, no, we're finishing discussion, and 10 minutes later, okay, we're done. It was so dumb, but it was funny. Luke Jackson's in this game now for the Braves, by the way.
This screams Correa homer right here.
Yeah, it does. The stat line of a 9 ERA in 5 games this postseason.
Yeah, and just, bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1 game. It's like, it's not garbage time necessarily, but like, if you need to get something going, now's the time.
Yeah. If you go into the 7th with a 5-1 score still, you're looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like 5-2, clearly that's better. But like, you have a little bit of momentum at having just scored. Yes, exactly. More runs generally equals better success.
And also, Correa's probably one of your best hitters, and especially in the playoffs, you want him to get it started.
True.
If you don't score in the 6th, you also don't get him for another couple innings. So.
True. These are all facts.
Or he could strike out on a 40-pitch breaking ball. 40-foot breaking ball. 6 pitch.
A 40 feet breaking ball.
Yeah. Did he go?
I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
Yes. They called it a swing. Don't even talk to me about check swings in the postseason.
Yeah, no, that's rough. Yours.
This. Oh, that's like 50-50. Like that call could have gone either way.
Yeah, I think he probably went. There's not one.
I think so too,
which is part of the problem.
That doesn't have a definition. That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah. But if he wouldn't have called that a swing, I also wouldn't have complained. Really, I think that's either way. Like I know when I watch Giants games, Cook and Kite, they say it all the time. It's like there's like a 50-50 zone of like where like when you have a check swing, where you really can't complain either way. Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
But yeah, let's do it again. You guys sneeze again? Huh?
Oh no, I think that was it.
Oh, let you about to sneeze again. I think sometimes it's kind of funny when someone's like sneezing, like, "Huh, you gonna do it again? Huh?" And they're like, "What?"
You're threatening me?
About it.
Yes, I am actually. Like, do it. You won't. Okay, I got most of the way to this Giants roster with.
That was I don't know if you saw the ground out yet, but that was an extremely weird way to field that Elvis always fielded that. It was.
It worked.
Yeah. Like a first.
Wait, did I just go back? What just happened?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, kind of whack. He's just in a silly, goofy mood.
It's really the only explanation, I think.
I think that phrase is so funny. Like, you're just in a silly, goofy mood. It's like the dumbest phrase, but I think it's hilarious.
There we go.
Ah, yes, the Rockets lost again. Love a team that's just bad. McCormick. Luke Jackson's got a funky delivery. Kind of like it. Also, like, McCormick's first name is Chaz. Like, come on.
It's not what
it's Chas, not even a Z. He didn't get the cool letter to end it. He's got an S.
He's responsible for the only run of the season.
Come on, what are we doing?
For the Astros, right? I don't even know if he got an RBI on it, but
for the Astros,
yeah,
I think so. Hey, I was going to say the only run in this game. I'm like, there are 6 runs total, sir.
Yeah, no, he's responsible for the 5 Atlanta runs also.
Fair, yeah. Yeah, see, I told on Twitter. Mark Feinsand so Charlie Morton got 3 outs with 2 strikeouts with a broken leg. That guy is hardcore. And like that's just a take you're gonna be seeing. I feel like that's reasonable take. Like that's pretty pretty baller. I won't lie. Oh, what a strikeout there by Jackson to end the inning. Braves guys are just showing up here. Like these pitchers are just doing their jobs. They're just going for it. Oh, they're cracking their way.
We're making some progress in this game now.
True. What's important is the Kraken are currently winning heading into the third quarter.
Shout out Kraken. They third quarter.
Shout out Kraken. Third period. My bad. It's weird because they call them periods and there's only 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the end of the first quarter. That's my mistake. So they're going into the second quarter. They're up 2-1. I've been given false information via Twitter. Or just delayed information. Or I can't read. It's one of the 3. Oh, yes, I just can't read. That's the conclusion.
Noted illiterate.
This graphic definitely said 2-1. I just didn't. Yeah. We've established that I am, in fact, illiterate. Like, this has been known. Like, there's a clip of me from like 2 years ago. From last year. Just saying I don't read, I don't word good.
Yeah.
I think that's what I said in this clip. Like, yep, that's about it. That's how it goes. Oh, there are dogs in this commercial. I love dogs.
I have to get up for a second. If I turn off my camera, will that explode the stream, or should I just leave it on?
I think it'll be fine.
You're fine.
Turn it off.
It's usually fine.
Yeah.
Oh no! The stream has exploded.
Actually, I don't know.
You can mute him. You can mute him too. Oh no! Our table, it's broken. Well, it's not me.
Yeah, I think
it's not you.
He's muted on the stream, I think. He'll be back.
I am? Or he is? I'm like, why would you mute me?
No, I don't think I muted you.
I can't believe. I don't think you did either. I thought you said for a second you did. I'm like, why?
I was trying to figure out who's.
What did I do? Oh no, our table. It's broken. I'm on TikTok too much.
Yeah, same.
I said that a lot at work today. It was funny because everyone except for like one person got it. And I'm like, haha, so we were saying it all day. The entirety of like the 5 hours I was there. There's like 6 of us just like, oh no, and then I have someone else finishing it. It was so good. I was having a great time. Is this Matone again? It is. Back in this game. It's Austin Miley again. 1 for 3. RBI double in the first. Shout out Austin Miley. Man, top 7 now. I'm not quite sure what the back end of Atlanta's bullpen looks like besides Will Smith being the closer. That's all I really know.
Yeah. About where I am.
And I'm also pretty sure he's not exactly a fantastic one.
He has more saves than Hader. So, he must be better.
Really?
That's how it works. Saves.
I just think he's I'm pretty sure he's just inconsistent.
Yeah, he's been known to blow a game or two. He'll at least make them interesting, if not.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was a great pitch. Around the corner there. The tone works quick, which I can appreciate right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's a long game.
Brent Strom. Strom's a cool last name. The pitching coach. Man, so he gets him like around the corner or nowhere near the zone.
Oh, there goes my stream.
No, goodbye. I'll let you know what happens. Don't worry. Baseball.
Thank you.
I got you. In case you weren't aware, baseball happens.
I'm watching on YouTube TV and it like froze for a second,
Right.
and then the next like 3 seconds it did at 5 times speed.
Yeah, it happens. Welcome back, Sam.
I see you guys survived the explosion. I'm glad.
Yeah,
we did. I just made TikTok references. It's okay.
I'm glad you
held
everything steady well.
Our stream, it's broken. Yeah, the strikeout there's made pretty quick work of Riley. Mattel's got the stuff. It just seems like his command is a little off.
Yeah. No, maybe the hottest hitter alive.
Currently, yeah, for sure. Is he 1 for 2? 2 for this game?
1 for 3, 2 for 4.
1 for 3.
Spoiler alert.
Okay. I was like, those were 2 different numbers. Yes. But you meant he was 1 for 3, about to be 2 for 4.
Yeah.
He's now 2 for 4. Got it. At this rate, he's going to have those 14 hits in the series again if they go to 7.
Yeah. At this rate, he's only going to go 4, though.
True.
That's how.
That is true.
After 1 game, it is on
fact,
pace to go 4.
That's what I was going to say. Fun fact: every series ever that's the best of 7, the winner of Game 1 is on pace to sweep after 1 game. Yes. Analytics. Oh, we should tweet that. I'm gonna put this in here. I want that tweeted out like after this game's over. Hold on.
Every team that's ever swept has gone on. Ended up winning.
Every team that has won Game 1 of the World Series has been on pace to sweep in 4 games. I just have to think of a better way to word that.
You got to say every team that's ever swept also won Game 1.
Yeah, there you go. Every team to get a World Series sweep, standing up in the pen for the Astros. Every team to get a World Series sweep, one.
Also won Game 1.
Also won Game 1. Perfect. Hashtag analytics.
Or however many teams that have swept in the World Series are however many and 0 in Game 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, I like that better.
Yeah, that's better.
I need to. How many teams have swept in the World Series? It's not like a super high number.
It's probably, there's been 117 World Series.
It's less than that.
Yes, there you go.
For sure. Wow, it's only how many do you guys think it is?
Oh, like 15
I have
maybe.
The number now. 15. Sam, how many do you think it is?
Say that again, sorry.
How many World Series do you think were sweeps? Of the 117 World Series, how many ended in 4 games?
$18. That's just a guess, but
Sam was closer. It's 21.
I was thinking about saying 20.
What was the last
one?
You
didn't.
Well, you didn't, so gotcha.
That sounded meaner than I intended.
Were the Giants the last one?
They were.
I figured.
2012. Of the 21 teams to sweep the World Series.
You're 21-0 in Game 1.
Yep.
That's good. High quality.
They're 21. After Game 1, they're combined 21-0. That's what I need to say. I think this is so much funnier than it actually is. After the game. should never have relinquished Twitter access. And by that I mean when I was gone for a year and a half, I just didn't tweet anything, so I stopped doing Twitter.
That it? Beginning
I
of
need that
pitching
tweeted
change?
immediately after this game. I believe so. Dusty Baker wears number 12. It's interesting. What was he just fixed his pants halfway out to the mound?
What'd you say?
Do we know why he wears the gloves? Does anyone know?
I don't off the top of my head.
Look it up. Why does Dusty Baker wear gloves? I just put in why does Dusty and it came up. He hasn't fully explained the decision, but it seems it's related to COVID, which makes sense.
Oh.
That's not really a true reason, except for like COVID, which I mean that's valid. Yeah, that's just it. Not really much outside of that. Also, apparently he's been doing that toothpick thing for most of his managerial career, and that's sick.
Yeah, the toothpick thing's been around a while.
Yeah. That's just like dope. Dusty Baker's dope.
You gotta be able to pull it off, but like having a toothpick in your mouth like automatically makes you look way cooler.
Yeah, and he pulls it off real well.
Yeah. He should start like flipping a nickel soon.
Yeah.
Just leaning up against the back of the dugout.
Yep. Or just like the fence. Like between pitching change is going on, just like leaning up against the dugout, just like this. Just like waiting for it. And just like afterwards just into the dugout. That'd be so funny. I'd pay to see that. We should make shirts that just says Dusty Baker is dope. With just like the toothpick and like silhouette.
I can see it.
I guess you probably couldn't use his full name, so just like Dusty is dope. I'm pretty sure when you use like people's full names, they don't like that very much.
Oh.
I feel like Dusty probably wouldn't care, but I feel like people would.
The copyright lawyers.
Yeah.
All the
This tweet
people
on my
who hate
timeline.
fun.
True. This tweet on my timeline right now says, guys, hot take incoming, but I think Eddie Rosario is a pretty good baseball player. Big if true. Big if true.
He's had a decent playoffs. Not been horrible.
It's been okay, you know. I'd say it's like, you know, it's something.
There have
I'm
been
sure the Braves are
worse
upset about it.
playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure the Braves aren't mad about it. Ryan Stanek. This guy's X flow is very high. Very good X flow on this man. Kind of an erratic first pitch.
Big
Travis
spot here.
Garnett.
The Braves gonna put the Astros away.
Yep.
I think 8-1 in the 7th is, you know, pretty much.
That's pretty
Yeah. I'd rather
pretty
be
good.
up 8-1 than down 8-1. Say that much.
You know, I'd agree for sure. Breaking. I'd rather have more runs than the other team by a good amount.
Yes.
All right, actually, so speaking of that, in a more reasonable scale, so whenever, like, I feel like I see it all the time, like, it'll, like, give a team's, like, if it, you know, at some point in the game, it'll say, like, oh, this team is, you know, 51 and, 5 when they score first, and I hate obviously I don't know, I don't like those because you have more runs than them like that's a pretty good start.
Yeah. Especially the games that you win 1-0.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you score first, it's 1-0. That means you do the
but I feel like it's pretty much pointless. You score first, then you start the start of the data set. You have more runs than the other team. So.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
But then also in that game you have more runs, so it's an appropriate thing to bring in.
Right.
This is fair.
I think it'd be interesting.
I expected to win those games.
Just like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to look at.
Sure.
How after you score first, how many more runs you score the rest of the game versus the other team in those games.
Right. Yeah.
That's fair.
Do you outscore the other team 6-3 if you score first, or something like that?
Yeah. Big analytics thing here. Teams that are undefeated in games in which their team pitches a shutout.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Big if true.
Analytics. Big brain moment. Stanek throws heat. He just threw that last pitch at 99.
He does.
And throws the ball fast. Altuve. What bum. I feel like Jose Altuve couldn't grow a better beard than the stubble he has now.
Could or couldn't?
I don't know what that says about him. Could not. Incapable of.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever seen
it would
him
look weird
with a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some guys just not supposed to have beards. That's how it is. It just looks kind of funny. You get very used to them, not seeing them with a beard, and then when they grow a beard, it's whoa, but
that could be two.
What do you do? Huh?
Did we see the double play yet?
Yeah, I saw
apparently
him turn it, but he's called safe at first. I thought he was out.
Because I would just I was looking at it in my periphery, and I thought he was very clearly out. But
yeah,
after that,
that's pretty close.
Yeah.
I think he's out, but it's
no,
close. I haven't seen a replay or anything yet.
Yeah, the replay shows he's definitely out.
We gonna get a challenge? First challenge of the World Series?
I mean, we should.
I'm pretty impressed. I'm using the actual Fox stream, and it's right on. Usually these ones.
Oh yeah. So am I. I'm using mine through Fubo.
I'm watching on YouTube TV.
And I'm very behind you guys. Yeah, he's very clearly out.
The TBS one was horrible. It was several minutes behind the TV or behind.
That's
the
rough.
Yeah,
that is tough. I didn't like the TBS very much at all. It just didn't do great for me. Why is this review taking so long? He's clearly out. There you go. Sometimes I just don't get that. Why does the review take so long when they're clearly out?
Yeah, it seems a lot of them would take 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's
the NFL was doing something, or maybe it was in college, one of the football leagues where the replay official is actively looking at it while the play is happening and can change a call without it officially going to review to speed it up, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah. That's probably NCAA because I don't think the NFL would ever do something like that.
Right. I just
that
remember
seems too efficient for the NFL.
That's way too efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like too much of a good thing to happen in the NFL. Yeah, you're right. That. I think that's a good way to do it, especially with something like the World Series when they're this is the only baseball game being played. If they can afford to do something like that,
right?
Yeah, just start reviewing it as soon as the call is made. That way, when they go over to get the headsets, there's already a call if in case it's challenged.
Exactly. What even is efficiency anymore?
There you go.
Who needs efficiency when you have inefficiency?
Get the 7th inning stretch.
stretch. Oh, ow. My back popped when I did that. Sometimes you just need to stretch a little bit. That's why it's built into the game. Like, kind of.
I do always that's one of my favorite things about like going to games is that like during the seventh inning stretch, like people actually get up and like physically stretch. And it's always funny because like I feel like there's no way people would do that if the seventh inning stretch wasn't a thing.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like even people who don't know baseball, you're like, do you know what the seventh inning stretch is? They'd be like, yeah.
Right.
Like it's when it's the seventh inning.
So, like people just like automatically oblige.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun because you don't have that really in other sports.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, besides like an unofficial like halftime thing, that's when everyone goes and gets like beer or food or something like that, which is different. Like in baseball, it's like seventh inning. Everyone's gonna stand up. We're gonna sing a song, and everyone's gonna make sure they show.
Yeah, we're all gonna sing a song, and then we're gonna, loosen our muscles, and then
it also like signifies the end of the game, right? There's no fourth quarter, but like you hit the seventh inning stretch,
right?
Exactly.
Like, we're getting late.
Yeah, only in baseball, we're all gonna get up and we're going to sing and have a good time. This is the participation thing, so get up. I never really thought about it like that, but you're totally right. Like that's funny. Just what makes baseball. Where did the seventh inning stretch originate from? I'm sure it's got like an origin.
It's a president, right?
I have no idea. That's why I asked.
It was a president that stood up, and then everyone around him had to because that's how presidents work. And it was just like it caught on. I guess I don't know if that's a real story, but that's how I heard it.
Well, according to my very, very, very quick Google and the first result, I'm not really going to check it all that much. You're right.
Okay.
It's created in 1910 when President William Howard Taft, on a visit to Pittsburgh, went to a baseball game and stood up to stretch in the seventh inning. The crowd, thinking the chief executive was about to leave, stood up out of respect for the office. The term itself can be traced back no further than 1920.
Surprised Taft could stand up at all.
He probably had to. Look at Freddie just playing a solid first base. Oh, that's interesting. Like I never knew that.
The more you know.
Yeah. We're all about educating here.
And then just you know how when you Google something, you also get the people also ask like a little section a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like with a bunch of other questions. And this one is do all baseball teams sing the seventh inning stretch?
Like the
Not during.
Teams.
Do they sing the seventh inning stretch? And it just talks about taking me out to the ball game. The real question is, who wrote "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"?
Shakespeare.
Does anyone know? Shakespeare. Yes, ye old ball game.
I've heard
the ball game.
Who wrote it, but it was not like
do you know
a name that really meant anything to me, and I don't know it off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. It's a 1908 Tin Pan Alley song by Jack Norworth, and Albert von Tilzer, which became the sporting anthem of North American baseball.
It's my favorite band.
Yeah. Also, Tin Pan Alley sounds like it'd be a sick band name. I'm gonna be honest. Like that'd be a dope band name. It was the name given to a collection of New York City music publishers and songwriters who dominated the popular music of the United States in the late 19th century and early 20th century.
Interesting.
That's kind of cool. We're all about learning here at Diamond Digest about random baseball facts. So now you know how the seventh inning stretch came to be and who wrote "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Jack Norworth and Albert von Tilzer. I also like how it mentions in here. It's like fans are generally encouraged to sing along And at most ballparks, the words home team are replaced with the home team's name. It's true.
You're damn right.
Yes.
Yeah. You're damn right about that one. I don't remember the last time I sung the "Take Me to the Ball Game" where I actually said home team. I don't recall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, it has the lyrics on here too. Wait, there's a not chorus portion of this song.
There's other verses,
yeah, right?
What?
Well, there's not really a chorus, is there?
Well, the thing we know, "Taking Me Out to the Ball Game," that's the chorus. There's more. There are other lyrics.
Aside from just what we typically know?
Yeah. So,
You're
take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
With the peanuts and cracker jacks, too? That's, part of the chorus? Okay.
Yeah, that's
the whole everything they play at a stadium is a chorus.
Okay.
Yeah. But, there's... I don't know why I never really figured, it makes a lot of sense that there's more to the song.
The one that got me a couple years ago was that there's 3 more verses to the national anthem that aren't played at, before a sporting event or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Do you think you could, if you were, say a relatively small sized sporting event, do you, that's not saying you could sing it well, but could you sing the national anthem?
I think I could.
Yeah. I would sound horrible doing it, but I know the words if that's what you're asking.
Right. You're confident. You're confident you could get it correct.
I mean, as much as I can get any presentation correct, standing in front of a crowd of people.
Right. Yeah.
I think so. I think I could.
I think I'm I don't know. I'm 50-50. Obviously I know the words, but even if I was at a high school basketball game or something, I'm not certain that I can remember the words.
I think I was at a game once where the singer just skipped a couple of lines. That's always fun.
Yeah, love that.
But yeah, it's a four verse song, and only the first verse is played ever. So.
Interesting.
So, I'm just looking at this now, the lyrics. So it starts with Katie Casey was a baseball mad. And I'm so this is about a person?
Wait, say that again?
So Katie Casey was a baseball mad is the first line of the first verse to Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Okay.
So, I'm guessing this is written about a specific person. Being Katie Casey.
Does it have any correlation to Casey at the Bat or whatever it's called?
Maybe
the poem.
Honestly.
It's a
poem, that was a player.
Yes.
Casey was a player in that one. This one it looks like Casey's a fan.
A fan.
But it might be chosen because of
Casey
the relation.
at the bat. Probably. Yeah, Casey at the bat is a poem. All right.
Yeah.
Is it a poem? Yeah, it's a poem.
Yeah, it's a poem.
I used to know that poem,
it would have been
by heart.
Before we covered that in one of my classes a couple weeks ago.
I had a baseball unit in my 6th grade English class.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sick. We didn't. No one cared.
I was so excited.
The 1927 version has Nellie Kelly instead of Katie Casey.
Ah. Frauds. IMO. That's so weird. That's so fun. I'm gonna write about this in the off season. Just the fact that Take Me Out to the Ball Game has more verses. Because I bet you a ton of people just don't know this.
I put it in banter. Just no comment.
No, there you go.
Just leave it in there. Just don't say a word. When asked about it, don't say anything.
If they were watching Hot Mic, they'd know.
You know they're not. But the fire Sam with the fire, I got you. The fire emoji. Dude, that slaps, man. It's a banger. I would love for someone like a current artist of some sort to just like sing the whole song.
To cover it.
Like, yeah, to cover
it.
Imagine if we got like a Lil Nas X cover of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Yeah, but the entire thing.
Yeah.
There's some French in there. I don't know that word.
Right.
In the version I had up, there was like a French word in there. I'm assuming it's French because I just don't know it.
Young Joe.
It looks French. Here, let me. I feel like I shouldn't assume it's French, but I feel like it's a safe assumption.
I took 2 semesters of college French, and I couldn't give you a single sentence in French.
You got your language requirement done, and who cares after that, right?
Yeah, I did it in high school too. So like I didn't take it in actual college, and I just have no idea like any French.
It is French. I was right. It is a French origin. I got it. I know my French. I don't. Not at all. That was a lie. That was a bluff. I do not know French. Oui.
Baguette.
That means yes. Baguette. I'm just waiting for someone to just like acknowledge this.
They're just ignoring it. But yeah, that's a
they're probably
normal
gonna ignore
Tuesday.
it. They're like, okay.
I like how it's formatted very nicely too.
It is. That's so funny. I'm gonna make this a fun fact. Like at some point, I know. So like something when I was in high school, one of my history teachers did. It was my world history class in my sophomore year of high school. He would at every test day he'd like do the normal test, right? And then he would write questions on the board that were completely unrelated to history, just like random questions for like extra credit.
Yeah, the math teacher that would do something
I want to
similar.
do that when I start teaching.
Just add a random bonus question.
Yeah, and I want to do that. But they weren't like hard questions either. It's like, what's the longest river in North America? Yeah. Or like, what's the capital of Washington? Stuff like that. And the last one would always be really hard that like no one would ever get. But it was always fun. I liked it a lot. That's something I wanted to do. But I'm doing something like this. It's like, who is Taking Me Up to the Ball Game written about in the original 1908 version?
I had a professor like that.
Extra credit if you know.
Like that last semester here at Syracuse. And one of the bonus question was we had our test like the week after Selection Sunday. And the question was, what seed did Syracuse men's basketball team get in the selection show? And that was worth like 3 bonus points or something. Like, cool.
Nice.
I get points for watching sports.
That's dope. Something that a different teacher I had in high school. Unfortunately, I wasn't in his class when it happened, but he was also a big Giants fan. He's like, if the Giants win the World Series, everyone will get a free 100% test grade, like, nice. In the grade book. And they won in 2014. I wasn't in his class that year. My sister was, though. And so, like, I remember when it happened, we were both excited for 2 very different reasons. Because I was excited the Giants won, and she was just excited to be getting, like, extra credit. So that's a great in there by, I think, Mastech. Yeah, but something that I want to do when I start teaching is I want my first like lesson every year just to be about like probability and like stats kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, because like the school year starts in August. I'm like, I want you guys to pick a winner of the World Series, the NBA championship, and the Super Bowl. If you get it right, based on odds that I'll like probably just put out there, I'll give you extra credit. And like stuff like that. That's something I want to do. Just to like incentivize them to like do a little bit of like their own research. Stuff like that. Plus it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. And plus also if the Giants, Rockets, Cowboys, or Kraken ever win a championship, they're also going to get 100% test grade like my old teacher did. That's just going to be a thing. Like that's just how it's going to be. I don't make the rules except that I do. Quite literally.
Don't make the rules except you make all of them.
Yep.
Very explicitly.
One of my favorite phrases is like, I don't make the rules except I do. I say that a lot. And most of the time I don't even make the rules.
But as a teacher, you know you can say that.
I will. Exactly. I don't make the rules, except I do. So here we are. It's fine.
So wait, Matthew, are you like from DC or the DC area?
Yeah,
then?
from the area, from Maryland.
Okay. What are your upstate New York impressions? I'm curious.
I mean, I was here for like most of the year, my freshman year, a couple years ago. Then obviously COVID back for a year and a half. So really, I've only been here for about a year total. But I've liked the time that I've been here. It's nice.
Nice.
Cold, obviously, in the winter, but that's what I expected. So it's not that big a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Look at this little cat jack-o'-lantern I found on Twitter.
Very nice.
Cute. Big fan.
Amazing.
Get a pumpkin.
It's very nice.
Halloween.
I need to get a pumpkin. I have not carved a pumpkin. I carve the same jack-o'-lantern every year. And it is just the pie symbol because it is pumpkin pie, and I think that's funny.
Ooh, nice. That is good.
Yes, thank you. I do it every year, and I think I'm hilarious. Others disagree, but I think it's funny. And that's all that matters. Also, just general tip: if you're like carving jack-o'-lanterns, right, and you're putting them out, stick a little plastic bag underneath them, mostly where you can't see them, like open. So when you clean it up, all you gotta do is raise the plastic bag up, and then it's easy cleanup. Because most of the time they like rot a little bit, and it's like gross. It avoids all that. Makes it super easy.
Guys, a Halloween expert.
Halloween tips.
Got it all figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, just because it makes it like super easy. Halloween's fun. I like Halloween. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get scheduled to work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get scheduled to work. And because I work at a coffee stand, like where we all dress up. And my original idea, and if I can still find the last like bit of it, I'm going to do it, is going to be, what's his name? Steve Bartman. That's the plan. Just because I can. But no one's gonna get it, so I might just recycle an old costume. And if I do that, I still have all the stuff from when I was Alan from The Hangover a couple years ago. So I think I might just do that again. It was a solid costume. I had the little like baby carrier and everything.
Right. Oh, perfect. Yeah.
And I didn't have like a baby doll or anything to put in there, so I put my hammock in there. That filled it up pretty well. A beanie and the sunglasses sticking out the front, and it was close enough. People understood it, so it was fine. It worked. It was a good one.
Yeah, I'm always been one of those lame people that doesn't really dress up. So all 4 years of college, I went to a Guardians game in like 2016, and it was Jersey Day. So like all 4 years of college, I was Carlos Baerga for Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know back in what was it? I guess it was high school. Like I didn't like do much. I did like the funny ones that were like super dumb because I would sit in front of my house and just hand out candy. Like me and my best friend, we'd order pizza and just sit in front of my house and hand out candy to kids because I lived in a small town, like a pretty like children populated neighborhood. So while my like sister, my little sister, my little cousins would go like trick or treating, we would just chill and do that. And one year, my buddy wore a full on like gorilla costume, and I just had a white T-shirt with the words "Error 404, costume not found."
Very nice.
There you go.
And
those are solid.
Simple but effective.
When it's clever, but all you have to do is just like wear a T-shirt. Those are nice.
Yeah. One year I had one that said "Go Ceilings."
All right. Okay.
I was a ceiling.
Okay.
Fan.
I'm very happy to hear this. So my sister was a ceiling fan like 10 years ago, and I thought that was just like brilliant. But I'm glad to see she didn't come up with it. Somebody else has come up with it.
Oh no! Yeah, I got it off online. Like I found it on the internet.
I figured. I always suspected that, but that is a very good one.
She's not original. Call her out right now.
I'm going to.
I know you're not original.
I saw some costume idea on social media where it's just like a white shirt that says yearbook on it, and you go around getting people to sign it throughout the night.
I think that would be sick to do.
And you just got to make sure that people actually sign it. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a blank shirt that says yearbook.
Yeah.
Well, then you're just a yearbook.
Yeah, it'd be so cool to do though. I think that would be dope, especially if you're like at like a party or something.
Right.
But I could probably pull it off at work. Get enough people to sign a shirt. It'd be weird to ask customers to sign a shirt though. Like, would you like to sign my shirt?
Could you reach out the window there?
Yeah. Can you sign this receipt? And while you're at it, sign the shirt too.
I know it's raining.
Well, I mean, while you got a pen in your hand, might as well, right?
Exactly.
You dressing up, Matthew? Got anything planned?
I am not sure yet. But some of my roommates have talked about. There's been some talk about a group themed costume, but I don't think that's getting too much traction. So we'll see. We've got a couple days.
Find out right now. Text your roommates right now.
But we're in college, so I'll procrastinate it to the last second and figure it out as I do with all my assignments.
That's why you have to text right now so they vaguely remember, and then the morning of Halloween, they're all just gonna
I think we've got a party city trip tomorrow.
Yeah.
Figure that out.
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
Shout out Spirit Halloween. I got some good stuff in there.
You know, worst comes to worst, I'll throw on like a jersey of some sort. You know, simple.
Yeah, it's always a go-to. Easy. Yeah, I always when I was younger, when I didn't know what to do, I'd always just throw on a Mexico soccer jersey. They're like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Who do you think I am?" Whoever they guess, I'm like, "Yep, that's it."
Nailed it.
How'd you know?
There's one year when I was in elementary school. I was Buster Posey, and like I had like the Giants, the jersey, and just full catcher's gear, just on.
There you go. That's good.
Like I thought it was dope. I was a fan. I was like, I don't know, 11, like 12. This is like after his rookie year. I guess it would have been like 2011. So yeah, so I'd been like 12 years old.
The Astros have had some deeply upsetting ground ball plays here.
Have they?
Oh yeah.
Are they about to have one? I just saw the walk.
Is there a ground ball coming? Is that what's happening?
I think that's what Sam is telling us. Ground ball soon. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be botched by Altuve.
Oh, that was
the corners.
There you go. There you go. Oh, it's still going.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Bad boy just kept on rolling.
Also, Carson in the chat. No, we are not rooting for the Braves today, but thank you for trying.
That's so unfortunate. What is Carson saying?
He said go Braves. I disagree.
You disagree. I'm saying go baseball, you know?
Yeah, I think you're outnumbered there.
Man, that's just an unfortunate play.
Yeah.
Stanley did a pretty decent job of like getting to it, or almost getting to it, I guess. Just kind of flopped around. The funny thing is, if he doesn't go down there, like dives the way he does, he probably holds the runner at second.
Yeah. If he keeps it within his reach.
That's just... It looked so unathletic, but the fact that he was just there was, like, honestly incredible.
He also, like, peeled off for a second because I think he thought someone else was coming for it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Stanning's also out of this game, which is kind of unfortunate because he kind of just got unlucky there. But, alas, we're here. I wonder what other random baseball facts we can find. I still have all these tabs open about taking me up to the ball game.
Random baseball fact.
Just stuff like that. Like stuff like that. Okay. I looked up random baseball facts, and the first thing that came up is like baseball game usually lasts around 3 hours. Wrong.
Well, we are
There are
now
162
3.5
baseball
hours into
games
this
in a
one.
season. Like, yeah.
You know, if you want random
There are 9
stats about
innings in
baseball,
baseball.
if you want random stats about baseball, I know a Twitter account you could follow.
I've heard about one, you know?
Yeah.
Back in my day of joining Diamond Digest, we weren't Diamond Digest. And you had to DM the founder directly because we did not have a Twitter account.
Come a long way since
Fun
then.
fact. We have. Back in my day of 2018.
And all I had to do
January
is
2018.
fill out a well-formatted Google form.
See, we didn't even implement those until fairly decently.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think I
good
even had
amount later.
I don't think I had a Google form. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so there's
it's
good that we
email.
have them now. Yeah, emails was the way to do it for a while.
Yeah.
The thing is, when I joined too, it wasn't even like a process. It was me DMing JF and just saying, "Hey, I'm a Giants fan. I'd like to write for the website." He's like, "Cool. Here's a link." And I'm like, "All right." That was it. And that was it. There was like 20 other people at the time. Yeah, I am. I think our second longest tenured Diamond Digest person. Third, I guess, behind like the founder. If you want to count him. The only person who's been here longer than me is Laz. Which makes sense, you know. Oh, did you get the tag?
No, I didn't.
No.
I thought
it looked like a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no. In the moment, I thought he did, but
yeah, like it's like, oh, that was kind of close. Shout out for making it that close. Was that McCormick or Tucker? Tucker. Oh, that could have been soup. That was super close.
Yeah.
It's a nice slide.
It's a great slide, yeah. He almost got him on that back foot that was just kind of like...
Oh, yeah, he did. I didn't even see that.
Came pretty close. That ball was fairly shallow, too.
I thought they weren't going to send him, like, when I saw where it was.
Does Tucker just have a reputation for having a noodle arm or something?
Very possible.
Well, this isn't even right. What is the rarest hit in baseball? And it says the home run, which just definitely isn't true.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I just Googled random baseball facts, and all of them are just not good. And this one people also ask, what is the rarest hit in baseball? And the answer is the home run, even though it's definitely a triple.
Yeah, it's definitely a triple. At one point, it was the home run. In 1910,
but not
maybe.
anymore. How long was the longest baseball game? Very.
It's just the
shortest baseball game. No, it says 8 hours and 6 minutes is the answer.
We could beat that tonight.
And had to be completed over 2 days. Kind of whack. The shortest baseball game in history was under an hour.
Under an hour?
Under an hour. It was like, it was between, I want to say the Giants and the team doesn't exist anymore. No, it might be Philadelphia. Whatever team was in Philadelphia at that point. Let me look. I think it's 52 minutes, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
New York and Philadelphia. I was correct. And it is, let me look. 51 minutes. And on September 28th, 1919.
The good old days.
And if I remember this correctly, it was game 1 of a doubleheader, and both teams just kind of agreed to just swing at everything.
That's funny.
They wanted to get the game over with, and it ended up just being 6-1, 51-minute game.
It was 6-1 too?
Yeah, 6-1.
What?
New York.
This game 6-1 is not an hour.
It's true. This game is also 6-1.
Gone slightly over 51 minutes.
Yeah, crazy. That's just kind of crazy though, because that's an unbeatable like baseball record for sure. We're never gonna have a game be under 51.
Yeah, there's like just no way.
There's no way.
There's 50 minutes of commercials alone at this point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just like some of them are just funny to look at. Ooh, the longest tie by innings is a 26 inning 1-1 tie in 1920 between Boston and Brooklyn.
Didn't a pitcher go like 20 innings or something in that game? I
don't know. Let me look. Probably. I mean, it was 1920. Most pitchers went like the entire game.
Yeah, but there's a difference between going like 9 or 13 innings and 26.
Both pitchers went all 26 innings.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I think when you like sort on like stat head by game score or something like that, or by innings pitched, and those always come up first because 26 innings start.
26 innings. But listen to the stat line: 26 innings, 9 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And then the other pitcher,
he had an ERA of like .34 in a single game.
The other pitcher, 26 innings, 15 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 5 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Like, that's insane. That's so cool though. Stuff like that. Also, a rule that's never, or a record that's never gonna be broken, considering we can't have ties anymore. But alas,
no way. Okay.
What's up? Something crazy about to happen?
Just sorry, I don't mean to keep spoiling it, but it was a swing that did not look like it should produce. It didn't seem to line up.
I don't know who's in center field because that was pretty lousy effort.
Yamada.
Duvall.
Oh.
Probably, yeah.
He just kind of jumped into the wall.
Slander, unfortunately.
He didn't try to make
that swing looked like it was gonna drop in front of the center fielder.
Is it about to? What? Yeah. What was that?
The ball hit the wall 4 feet to his right, and he just jumped into the wall.
He was using the wall to redirect his momentum.
Interesting. He used to redirect his momentum, just not go after the ball.
He's playing the long game.
True. Yeah, Alvarez can also just flat hit.
Yeah, I feel like he's terrifying.
Yeah. What is Duvall doing? They're showing it in slow motion. It's funnier then, because he's just not close to the ball.
Do the Astros have a rally left in them?
Maybe. Most unproductive answer. They could.
Perhaps.
Possible.
It's definitely a possibility.
It's a thing they could do.
They also might not.
Oh, fair point.
Ooh.
I hadn't thought about that one.
Yeah, I gotta write that down.
Have you considered it not being possible?
That was a good stat. Yordan Alvarez's first 260 games, he had 1 triple, and he has 2 in his last 2. It's a good one.
Solid. Triple stats are always so funny because they're always super fluky.
Yeah. Noted more common hit than a home run, the triple.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, it's just funny. Because, most guys, especially nowadays, with the way park's constructed and the way guys play, triples are not a part of, the game you're trying to do.
Yeah, they're just a novelty.
Yeah, they just happen. Logan Webb hit a triple this year. Fun fact. Like, they're just so fluky. Granted, it's because he's a pitcher, and it was in AT&T or in San Francisco, where like they were playing not near Triple's alley, and so the ball rolled to the wall, and he was fast enough. Granted, you don't have to be super fast when you're playing like shallow, and the ball rolls to the deepest part of San Francisco, like Triple's alley. So
nice scoop.
And barely held on to.
Will score the run though, so it's now 6-2. So this game is officially more runs scored than the shortest game in baseball history. So,
well, that's the explanation why it took an extra 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be. It's more than 3 hours longer. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting close to 4 hours, and we still got 8 outs left.
I feel like Freeman's glove is kind of small for a first baseman. I could be wrong. Brandon Bellman just might have a massive glove because I feel like his glove is pretty like long. I could be wrong.
Are there rules about how big your glove can be?
I don't know.
I feel like at some point it gets impractical and you can't really close it.
Yeah, it'd be like hard to run.
Let me look.
I mean, you see those like huge gloves that some people have that are like feet tall.
Yeah.
You know,
those are the novelty gloves. Oh wait, no, here we go. The official rule book.
I mean, they used to play with gloves that were, you know, size of their hand. Now all gloves are huge compared to that. So,
true. Oh, wait, no, I don't want. No, the glove shall not measure more than 7 3/4 inches wide, measured from the inside seam at base of first finger, along base of other fingers to the outside edge of little finger edge of glove. The space or area between the thumb and first finger, called crotch, may be filled with leather webbing or backstop.
Cool.
It says nothing about length, though. You could make that glove as long as you want.
That's fair. It does say about width. Let's see if we can see. Is there anything about length? It does say something about the width.
That's brutal.
Oh no, I don't know. Stop. I don't want these pop-ups. Get out of here. Actually, I guess I should look up specifically.
You get thrown out a second. Yeah.
Small.
It's that like 2 degrees more left. That's a home run easily, or you're like a foot higher. But
oh yeah, that was super close. You can throw it out, bozo. Shout out Eddie Rosario.
Pretty bad slide. And face planted.
Oh, it's an awful slide. Like, that slide is terrible. Especially in that moment there. Oh, he just barely got him in time, too. I need to find out. I need to know if there's a length rule about the size of it.
I don't know if a really long glove does all that much for you. But
I know, but like, well, now the fact that we know there's a
right,
like it's this one, the width. That's the word for that I'm looking for. But the length, I want to know. Is it just the width that has limitations, or
are they reviewing whether it was a home run or the tag? Looks like the home run, which it was not. But
yeah, I think the home run.
So NCAA baseball rules: the first baseman's glove may not be more than 13 inches long or 8 inches wide.
Okay.
So that's college, and I imagine it's probably a similar statement in the actual MLB rules.
Probably.
I'm gonna look at the PDF.
That's not a homer. Get below the yellow line.
Yeah, easily not a homer. Anyone want to guess how often the word length appears in the MLB rulebook?
7 times.
17 times.
Oh, it's 6.
Oh,
Close.
It's all regarding like time of the game itself.
yeah.
The glove may be of any weight, in case anyone was wondering about that.
What did you say?
The glove can be of any weight, so it can be as heavy as you want.
Nice. Yeah,
Okay,
they did back in high school. They called me lead glove champion. So I know all about it.
Me going out there with a
They called me a lead
35-pound glove.
That's exactly right.
Don't worry, if there's any radiation, it's not getting to my hand. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, that's old lead glove out there. Is that sure?
That's a lead glove. So apparently, there's like different rules for certain positions.
I can believe that.
Yeah, because like a catcher, first baseman would be different than outfielder, shortstop.
The catcher may wear a leather mitt no more than 38 inches in circumference. So no more than 15 1/2 inches from top to bottom. That's also a limitation. That includes lacing in any leather band or facing attached to the outer edge of the mitt. The space between the thumb section and the finger section of the mitt shall not exceed 6 inches at the top of the mitt and 4 inches at the base of the thumb crotch. The web shall measure not more, than 7 inches across the top, or more than 6 inches from its top to the base of the thumb crotch. That's just for the catcher.
So my question is, how closely are these rules enforced? Like if a catcher or someone went out there
Probably not at all.
with a glove slightly off, not a ginormous glove, but just like slightly, would an umpire be like, wait, stop. No, you can't do that, buddy. Go back, grab a different one.
Here's the thing.
I think the issues would arise once somebody started using like a comedically large glove.
Yeah, like big. Like, I wonder if it's like 11 inch. It is.
I feel like knuckleball catchers usually use a larger glove, right? No one has a problem with that.
This was an infielder's glove. And like, it says 11.75 inches on here. So like, it's a Louisville. Omaha Pro. Like, not that any of that matters, but like, I've never really thought about it. Like, is this? I don't know. I do not know. I also don't know the time I actually use that glove. Is that?
No, just kidding. He thought he got it, but he's wrong because he doesn't know ball.
He doesn't know ball. But he doesn't know the regulation glove sizes. We're learning about them now. So for the first base. So the original question I have is about the first baseman, right? It cannot be more than 12 inches long from top to bottom and 8 inches wide across the palm. So 12 inches is the answer to the original question.
There we go. So this makes me think of another hypothetical that's much further removed. So you said you were a former goalie, right?
Yes.
So I've always been curious if there are rules in soccer whether or not your roster has to be entirely made up of humans, because
Airbud.
Like, you think about it, you sign a blue whale to like play to be your goalie, and it just fills up. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Is it gonna die though? Like, doesn't it need water?
Yeah,
like a dead whale
like a hippo or something. So they can
I kind of doubt that in the rule book. I just doubt in the rule book it explicitly says like
it wouldn't, and then you'd play one game, and the next game would be in the rule book.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you would have
like,
a glorious.
Wait till the championship game, do it, and then afterwards they can change the rules.
And then PETA actually just comes after you instead. Because you have a dead whale as a
It'd all be worth it for that one statement, though.
Yeah. It'd be kind of funny. Dude, I bet you a blue whale would be a better goalie than I was. So,
well, if it takes up the entire area of the goal, I
exactly.
Bet it would too,
Yeah.
I'm sure you were great, but
but I'm not taking up quite literally the entire goal and then some.
Yeah.
So have a handball though?
Back on this actual baseball glove thing. What?
I don't know if a whale could have a handball.
Well, it's the goalie, so he can use his hands.
Yeah, but if he exists outside of the box, I don't know how big a whale is.
That's like, fair.
Relatively.
That's a fair point.
my comparison. I don't compare.
To scout a good one,
yeah, and just scout a whale to play goalie for your team. Just like duct tape some gloves onto his fins. Yeah.
No doubt would be a fan favorite too.
Oh, absolutely. You'd be jersey sales through the roof.
Exactly.
His name would just be like Whaley or something.
Yeah.
Just Whaley the whale.
I don't know. I think it's worth a thought. That's all.
That's fair. You're not wrong. Couch like Real Madrid just employing a whale. Like just cause. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't looked up this like glove thing before. It is
the bottom of the ninth.
Because you know how like pitchers' gloves, like they're fairly regulated because they don't want them being like too weird, I guess. Because I know I've watched games before where I've watched umpires go talk to pitchers about the gloves they're using,
like the color,
and even sometimes they have to change them.
Yeah,
like the color. Or I remember I watched a game once where Reyes Peralta had a glove that had like kind of long laces, and they made him cut the laces.
Yeah, pitchers have more rules on like their uniform too, like undershirts, things like that, sunglasses. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick up the ball.
But yeah, exactly.
The rest of them, I don't.
So it's just kind of weird, and I'm now learning that it's all like arbitrary. Like the pitcher's glove may not be exclusive of piping be white, gray, nor in the judgment of an umpire's distracting any manner.
I think that's
so if
fair.
the ump's like, "No, I don't like it," they can just be like, "No."
That's fair.
It's kind of funny, kind of whack, kind of weird. The umpire in chief shall cause a glove that violates rules 1.15a or 1.15b, which is what I just read pretty much, to be removed from the game, either on his own initiative, at the recommendation of another umpire, or upon complaint of the opposing manager.
Wait, the glove is removed from the game, or the player?
The glove.
Okay.
I thought it was player for a second too. I'm like, that seems excessive.
The other team's like, you know, his glove's distracting. Get him out of the game.
Get him out.
Like
I don't like Jacob DeGrom's glove.
Game 7. Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah.
The closer. It's like a 2-1 game. Like Will Smith's into the game. Like actually, like his gloves. It's just weird. Get him out of the game.
Get him out. Get him off my field.
I need him out of here. But like,
well,
also,
what if
I can't really describe why, but it's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I don't like it.
Bad vibe.
The vibe is off. I need it gone immediately. Yeah. Also, to answer your question, Matthew, about the like comically large glove.
Yeah.
So the glove cannot be enlarged, extended, widened, or deepened by the use of any materials or process. So I think that's saying there are limitations to every non first baseman or catcher or pitcher mitts, and those are the 7 3/4 wide that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
And so that's the standard, and it can't be more than 12 inches from tip to any one of the 4 fingers. So you cannot have a comically large glove because it has to fit in those regulations, and once it does, it cannot be what's the word?
Enlarged.
like enlarged or I don't. Maneuver is the word that came to my head. I know that's wrong. Manipulated. That's not quite right. The glove cannot be like manipulated.
Mutated.
Might be it. Mutated. That's a good word. Sure, let's go with that. Unless I think of it here, but mutated. Yeah, sure, that works. Speaking of former finished some position in a Rookie of the Year voting that we mentioned earlier. Oh,
there's
one.
No.
Shout out that Astros fan that has a sign-assisted chop is racist.
Yeah,
that's
true. Shout out that Astros fan. You're right. The ball, the glove. I'm still thinking about. Oh, he was waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah, he grabbed that quick.
Oh, he saw his opportunity and he took it. I respect that, man. Hell yeah.
He's winning a World Series.
I'm still trying to think of this word. True. Manipulated is not the word. Mutated. It might be manipulated. We're going to go with that for now. I'm going to think of this word like way later on. I'm just going to throw it into banter and with no context, just this one word.
3 a.m. in like 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Middle of the off season.
It's actually opening day next year. We're in the middle of like a stream, and I'm like, oh, this is the word. Like, I got it. Exploit? Was exploit the weird word I was thinking of? Maybe. Tamper. Tamper's the word. That's the one I wanted. The glove can't be tampered with. I looked up synonyms for manipulate, and that's where I got it. We got there. It only took us a while. And the internet, but it's fine.
Oh.
Almost
close. Close. It's a little bit close. Oh boy. Do I get a check swing or something? You get Dusty Baker. He has a little soul patch. Shout out Dusty. I just like Dusty Baker.
He's an exceptionally likable guy.
He is. Oh boy! Oh no!
That was
oh no!
Not framed well. Like the catcher caught it across his body, but that was in the zone. Rough.
That is absurd, sir. I need you to stop. Who's the ump behind home? Because he's not been fantastic tonight. I'll be honest with you. I'd like to know this man's name.
I'll say so. If the Astros lose this game, if the score holds, this will be the 11th straight World Series game in Texas, not won by a Texas team, I believe.
Nice.
Which is a pointless and meaningless stat.
Chris Conroy. I don't know who that is. Why is Ted Barrett on this umpiring crew? Yeah, Chris Conroy. Again, why is Ted Barrett on this umpiring crew?
MLB doesn't know how to pick umpiring crews for the playoffs. They always choose the worst umpire.
I mean, at least it's not Angel Hernandez.
Yeah.
Like they could have picked worse, which I guess is comforting in some way.
If you think about it hard enough.
If you think about it long enough, it's a little bit better. It's fine. We got Castro hitting here. Altuve is on deck.
Then who's after Altuve?
An Astro.
That's probably.
I don't know the answer. my stream also just cut out. Is it probably true? I think it's likely.
Yeah.
Also, just so like this game's on like one of my local, just stations, right? and because the game's gone past like the time slot for it, it shows like the next thing on like that's supposed to be playing. And for some reason, it's like season 1 of 2.5 Men. Like,
good choice.
Why?
Shut up, Fox.
It's such a rain on a Tuesday night. Like, who's going from like, oh yes, World Series baseball? You know what I want to watch after that? 2.5 Men. But only the first progression. Yeah. You know, Charlie Sheen was in Major League, so makes sense. Shout out Charlie Sheen in Major League. I have a little Funko Pop of him right there. As Ricky Vaughn. This one. It's this one. We do be having an out, though. There is an out in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Yes, that's true.
That's good. That's generally what you want to do.
If you're on defense. Not if you're on offense. You don't want outs if you're on offense.
That's true. If you're on offense, outs are not your friend.
Slow down. You lost me there.
What?
He said that you don't want outs on offense, and he lost me there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't follow, actually. Would you to elaborate?
It's a little confusing concept, but outs. Bad.
Also, like,
okay.
I don't know if it's just that one particular shot.
It's a good article idea right there.
Altuve's bat looks like it's the entire length of his like legs.
Well, it is. He's small.
Is it? Hey, I am the same height as Jose Altuve.
Well,
I also
you know
don't play
what that makes
professional
you?
baseball. Short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that one.
Oh.
6,
I have a bat.
4.
I don't think it's the size of my legs. I should just get up to see. No, shit, it is. Yeah, it's just it goes up to my hip. Like that makes sense. I bought this bat at garage sale for $1 from some dude.
Good deal.
Deal in the center right there.
Yeah. You beat it out.
I also like.
Yeah.
I bought a picture of like a framed like thing of Ken Griffey Jr. at a garage sale for $10, and the guy who sold it to me, when I got there, I'm like, "How much for this?" And he's like, "Oh, I want to make sure it goes to like the right person." And I happened to be wearing a Mariners jersey and shirt that day, or in hat that day. So I sat there and talked baseball with him for 20 minutes, and he sold it to me. Like I had to like prove myself. Yeah.
Did a prereq.
And I'm like, okay. And now it's hanging up in my bathroom of all places because I didn't have room for it in my room. I need to put it somewhere.
About bottom 9. Atlanta 1 out away from 1-0 lead in the World Series.
Yeah. You know what they say? Teams that win the first game are on pace to sweep the series.
Yes, it's very true.
I have heard that
every single time. Yeah, big if true, really.
Better to be up 1-0 in the series than down 1-0 in the series.
I'd agree with that. I'd rather be winning the series than losing the series.
Yes.
You guys are throwing all sorts of crazy facts at me.
Yeah, there's the game.
Hire us.
Albie's almost
better than Joe Buchanan.
Albie's almost made that interesting there. Albie's tried his best to make that more interesting than it should have been. With that being said, Braves take the 1-0 series lead, 6-2. 12 hits for the Braves, 8 hits to the Astros, an error for each team. I think it's a solid showing from the Braves overall.
I thought
especially when your starter goes down.
That 1 inning, maybe not.
Yeah, total.
No, but I thought
it's 1+1. No, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I guess one of them was in charge as such. Either way, yeah, that's big for the Braves, especially after Morton goes down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, but like, I mean, who was it? Was it? Yeah, was it Mantic? Was that who came in after Morton?
Matzik.
They got 2 1/3. Matzik, thank you. It was a big pitching performance by him.
Yeah.
Like 2 2/3. Oh no, it was Minter.
Oh.
Matzik came in before Smith. But yeah, either way, like overall, just really good performance by the Braves. Astros just kind of looked Looked a little flat, but if this is a trend for the entire series, I think the Braves have a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Being, if they win the next 3 games.
If they win all the games, they have a good shot at winning the series.
That sounds about right.
A good formula for success.
If they just win.
Feels like it adds up.
That feels right. Yeah, Valdez did not look good for the Astros, which is probably a little concerning. And I know I was talking on This Week in Baseball. If anyone listened, we talked a little bit about